With the coming of autumn, the farmers in the fields around Caribou County are looking forward to the harvest, a time when they reap the benefits of all the hard work they've put in over the summer. At the same time, the coaches and athletes of Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gem are looking for a harvest of their own. On this field, though, it's a different kind of bounty. Instead of rows of corn and potatoes, they look for hash marks and goal lines. While the farmers are cutting grain, defenses on this turf look to cut down quarterbacks. As ranchers survey their herds, coaches pace the sidelines, looking to improve their own stock for the ultimate goal of a state championship. Yes, with the coming of the fall also comes the drive for a new push to the peak of performance. It's football season, and you're tuned in to your home for Caribou County's best on KBRV 800 The Bear. Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
The countdown is on and the Reapers are ready. It's time for Caribou County football with the voice of the Cardinals, Grizzlies, and Cowboys, Caleb Burgraff, on your radio home for the best high school football coverage in southeastern Idaho. KBRV 800 The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to this edition of Cardinal Athletics. Caleb Burgraff here, high above Archer Field, as the Soda Springs Cardinals look to try and make a little bit of a comeback after they fell by a score of 56-6 in their opening game of the season. Tonight they take on the Firth Cougars, who also had a very successful start to their season as they were able to take on the Westside Pirates and come away with a strong victory in their home opener last Friday night. That game ended up being a 52-14 victory for Firth in a game we're talking with head coach Keith Drake. They just jumped on them early. They returned the opening kick for a touchdown and never looked back. That is the hope that the Cardinals can avoid on their side of the field as they open up the home season of only 3 games. Not a lot of chances to play in front of the home fans. They need to take advantage of every second they have. All that's coming up here on this broadcast of Cardinal Athletics on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com. We'll be back with the rest of our pregame show, including a look at where are they now, next on your home for Cardinal Athletics, MyLocalRadio.com and KBRV 800 The Bear.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of September 1st through the 7th. Start things off with their boneless beef petite sirloin steaks at $2.99 a pound. Grab yourself 5-pound boxes of 80% lean, 20% fat, fresh ground beef patties for $9.95 each, and corn on the cob forward for $1. If you're looking for something for dessert or for a snack, watermelon is only 29 cents a pound, and fresh whole cantaloupes are 39 cents a pound. Put it all together with fresh bakery 12-ounce varieties of French bread for just 99 cents a loaf. Those are just some of your specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college.
There's the library.
But she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out once again to Soda Springs, Idaho on KBRV 800 The Bear at Archer Field in Soda Springs, just to the east of the campus of the high school here. And we are getting set for the opening game of the season at home for the Soda Springs Cardinals. They sit at 0-1 on the year right now, but are looking to try and even that against the Firth Cougars, a team that they fell 27-7 last year at the home of the Cougars on a rainy Friday night game. We have a lot more coming up here on our pregame show, but before we get into anything about the game, we're going to take a look back in the history of Soda Springs. This week, we are not going too far back, and we're going to focus on the cross-country runners. Mariah Martin was one of the members of the cross-country team in 2014. Did not work on the varsity, but she graduated and really has a love of running ever since she ran at Soda Springs. Let's join her on our Where Are They Now subject right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Maria Martin from Soda Springs High School, another one of our Where Are They Now subjects, and you are class of 2014. Before we get too far on and what's going on in your life and where you've been at, talk a little bit about what Soda Springs was like when you were going to school here. I know it's not that long ago, but what were some of the things that you remembered about your time?
What I remembered was the sports, really, and the coaches, how amazing they were, and the classmates. I learned a lot from them, and it's just a great experience throughout, especially high school.
Talk a little bit about some of the athletics that you did too, because you were a participant in both cross country and track. Talking outside of this, you said that it wasn't necessarily something that you got into because you loved running, but more just something to do. What changed as you were in that program, though, and what changed as you kind of developed as an athlete?
Well, as an athlete, it's amazing how it is very much a team sport in any sport you do. But as an individual, I learned a lot that I'm capable of a lot of things, but as a team, we are capable of so much.
When you think about the coaches here at Soda Springs, you had a pretty consistent coach for both track and cross country with Jeff Horsley. What are some of the things he brings to the table when you were there, and also some of the things that he's, I'm assuming, still bringing to the table at Soda Springs?
He definitely has a lot of experience. He brought so much positivity to it, and he made us all want to get into it. He just brought that, I don't know, I can't explain it, but he brought so much passion that just built that fire in each of us to go out and make our goal and keep going for it.
Now, you were a part of, as far as the team goes, you never actually got to go to the state meets with any of those teams, but you were a part still of those teams that started off that run for the girls cross country team here of really being a dominant force in Idaho. What was it like being around those teams and being a part of that movement?
Well, it was like I said with the coach, like it was just that positivity, that fire that just kept building and building and building. You just kept going after those goals and making more new goals.
That was Mariah Martin. We'll have part 2 of our interview with the former Cardinal on the other side of this break when we return on this pregame show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
Mama, come on. Say mama.
Listen, if I could talk, I'd tell you I'm almost 2 and still not responding. That's one sign of a communication disorder, and delaying treatment can affect my development.
Many parents aren't aware of the early signs of speech, language, and hearing disorders, yet early detection and treatment can improve quality of life.
Come on, say dada.
Ugh, here we go.
Identify the signs of communication disorders. Identifythesigns.org.
In the aftermath of a disaster, victims want to get their lives back in order as soon as possible. But if your home has been damaged, the last thing you want is someone taking advantage of you. Contractors who show up right after a storm may be fraudsters, out to make a quick buck off of your insurance claim. They'll promise anything as long as they can get you to sign a contract and hand over a payment. Know who you're dealing with, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it. To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Welcome back out once again to Soda Springs, Idaho, as the Soda Springs Cardinals about 20 minutes away from the opening kick against the Firth Cougars as they try to open the home schedule with a victory and try to bounce back after an opening loss to West Jefferson on the road last week. We've got more of our pregame show coming up as the second part of our interview with Mariah Martin, class of 2014, is coming up now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
After Soda Springs High School, you went on and did your mission, and talk a little bit about what drove you to do a mission for the LDS Church and what that was like when you went overseas.
Well, at first it was fantastic. It was very interesting and hard, but what drove me was just my desire to grow myself and to build my own testimony for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It was a wonderful mission. Of course, it was hard and difficult, but it made me who I am today.
Kayla Burgraff joined here with Maria Martin from the class of 2014 at Soda Springs High School. And Maria, now it's time to look forward at what the future might hold for you. Now you have some pretty lofty goals for yourself. Talk about what the next couple of steps in your life are expected to be.
I plan to become a nurse practitioner, which will then evolve to pediatric trauma nurse. I have been accepted into Florida to go along with those steps for next year.
What made you want to get into the nursing field? What were some of the things that drew you to that field over some of the other things that you might be interested in?
My mother's been a nurse, and she knows so much knowledge, and I'm a very much a people person. I love being the one to go into the rooms at night and tuck them in, and anything about the body really amazes me. It's fantastic.
To bring this around full circle, talk a little bit about now, when you think about moving on from Soda Springs, what are some of the things that you really remember the most about not just the high school, but your time here as you get ready to leave for the final time, what might be the final time, I should say, and head to Florida?
It's a very close-knit community, and it's very interesting when, for example, when I'd run at 4 a.m. in the morning and go to school and people would say, hey, by the way, my dad says hi. It's just interesting how close we are as a community. I mean, no matter what sport you do, whether or not you do a sport or not, people know each other, and they seem to understand you. It's really neat.
We'll wrap it all up with this. You said that one of the things that's been interesting is that you've kind of peaked as far as your running abilities after you got done with running cross country and track here at Soda Springs. Did that really light a fire in you to keep up with those events and really continue to pursue that as you continue to move on in life?
It has indeed. Running is a big part of my life. Anything fit-wise it's very important to me.
Well, Maria, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk with us. You're aware of the now subject for this week, and hopefully that you continue to go on and do some great things.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
That was Maria Martin, or the Soda Springs Cardinals class of 2014. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we are going to jump into the rest of our pregame show and interview with both the head coach of the Firth Cougars, Keith Drake, will be joining us, as well as the quarterback and one of the linebackers for the Soda Springs Cardinals, Logan Mumford, a sophomore leader for this team, will be joining us as well on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Idaho and Wyoming. Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs, Idaho on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com as the Cardinals getting set to take to the field and try and defend their home field against the Firth Cougars. We had a chance to sit down and talk with the head coach of the Firth Cougars as Coach Keith Drake was kind enough to join us on the pregame show and talk about what his team is bringing to the table this year after beating the West Side Pirates 52-14 in their opener at home last week. Coach Drake joins us now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here in the pregame show with Coach Keith Drake from the Firth Cougars. And Coach, second week of the football season, I always feel like this is the first week where you really can start looking at teams and deciding where they're going to be at and what they need to improve on the most, because that first game, you really don't know what you're going into with the high school season sometimes.
Yeah, I would agree. You get film in the new season, and you do get to see what they have coming back, what adjustments they've made from previous years. So I'd agree with that, yeah.
Talking about that first week for you guys, though, you had a very pleasant surprise with how your team came out. A tough West Side team usually is one that goes up there and puts up a really good battle, but you come out and beat them by 40 points on your home field. What did that feel like as a coach, and what was the boost you got for your players with that game?
Kids have worked hard this summer, and I think it was a payoff for that. Not that Westside didn't probably work hard, but our kids they thought they could have a special season, and that was a good way to start. And Westside will be fine. I think that we jumped on them a little bit early. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown with the opening kick, and I still, in their conference, they're going to be right up there.
Where were the strong points in that game? Obviously, the defense was one that was a really big piece, but offensively, what were some of the things that you really thought your team did well?
The athleticism of our skill players was a key. Once they broke out, they most of the time weren't caught from behind. If they could get the blocking that they needed to and get that crease, they were going to score.
This week, you guys get to go on the road and take on a team that last year pushed you guys quite a bit on your home field. Granted, conditions may have played a little bit into that, a very rainy night, a very injury-filled night for both teams as well that time around. What does it do when you see a team push you like that? Does that motivate the kids a little bit more going into this season?
Well, I know our kids are going to have respect for Soda Springs because of how physical they were. And like you said, we had 2 injuries at this, key injuries from this. So we hope to match Soda's physicality and also get away with to be healthy.
The other thing, whenever you come and take on a team's second-year coach with Coach Garbett, does that make you nervous knowing what he's going to add to the offense or knowing that there's going to be new tweaks to the offense?
I would expect, especially where he was brought in midsummer like we talked about, he's going to have more for us, especially this second week. He's got to see what works and what didn't work, and I'm sure they're going to be improved. It'll be a good ball game.
What were some of the things that you told your kids to really work on to improve coming into this game tonight?
Well, last week, West Side... we got after the quarterback, but when we didn't get to him, he completed a lot of passes. So we've got to do a better job in coverage. That was one of the main keys of the practice this week.
On the offensive side, were there any things that you really focused with your kids on as well during the week?
Yeah, we had some missed assignments on offense, missed blocks, that if we could have got to those blocks, we could have even done better on offense. So, yeah, we had to clean some things up and get tighter, and that's what you're going to have to do week to week in this season.
Couple more questions for you, Coach. On the road, it's always tough on that first road game as well, getting the kids to be focused on what they're doing. What are some of the keys that you figured out through your 6 years as head coach to get the kids to really remain focused on the game at hand?
Well, I'm still learning. Even though it's 6 years and I've coached for a long time, you're still going to learn. And every group is going to be a little bit different about what buttons to push. But we had a good week of practice. I thought that the kids worked hard. So if you prepare right, you should be fine. So that's what we're going to hope. We're going to rely on our preparation and what they should do and give Soda a heck of a game.
One of the other things that I wanted to talk to you about was your district is going to be another tough district this year. West Jefferson, I think, the favorite going into the season, 7-3 last year. What is your goal in tonight's game, knowing it's a non-conference game and knowing this is another chance just to really work out kinks?
Exactly. To be healthy, to get through the game, to clean up the things that we need to get better, make sure that we're not missing assignments, to tackle better, make sure that our scheme is sound, and we're doing what we're supposed to. And that's the main thing why we play these games, is to get, just like you said, to get ready for the conference and the playoffs.
Well, Coach Drake, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and good luck to you and your Cougars tonight as you guys take on the Cardinals.
Thank you. You guys have always been great to come down to, and very friendly and physical ball club. We look forward to a good game.
That was Coach Keith Drake for the Firth Cougars as they get set to take on the Soda Springs Cardinals. And the home opener for the Cardinals just about 8.5 minutes away from that opening kickoff. And for the Firth Cougars, again, they're trying to build up on some momentum that they were able to gain in their last game, as they were able to take down a Westside team that has perennially been one of the tougher teams on the eastern side of the state, 52-14 in that matchup. And really, it was just getting going early and then keeping the foot on the gas for the Firth Cougars. They took the first kickoff back for a touchdown. They took 2 kickoffs total back for a touchdown in that game. And for the Westside Pirates, it definitely was a little bit of a punch in the mouth to start out the post-Peyton Brown, Joshua King era for the Pirates. For the Cardinals, they are trying to start a new era themselves, as they have a very young team and are really trying to get that team rolling along. We're going to take a chance to sit down with one of those young members of the Soda Springs Cardinals. That'll be coming up on the other side of this break, as we'll sit down with sophomore quarterback and linebacker Logan Mumford to talk about how last week went in his eyes and what the team needs to improve on this season if they want to come away with a victory tonight and give themselves a chance to make the playoffs in what is going to be a very difficult District 5 this season. We'll take a break, come back with more on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Check out my new time machine.
Does it work?
Hit the button.
Hey, it's Napoleon.
Oui. Check out the future.
Hey, you have a nice house. Why don't I?
You didn't save any money, buddy.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and fix that.
Yeah.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Too tired, family trip, sick day, starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Okay, forest animals. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, just about 5 minutes away from the start of tonight's ball game, as the Cardinals continuing to prep themselves for their home opener against the Firth Cougars. We had a chance to sit down with one of the Cardinals, as Logan Mumford, the sophomore quarterback for this team, took the time to discuss with us what his thoughts on the season have been so far. Let's sit down and join him on our pregame show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with the quarterback for the Soda Springs Cardinals and one of the linebackers for the Cardinals, Logan Mumford. And Logan, first taste of actual football this year in an actual game. A loss to West Jefferson, but as your first game at the quarterback position as one of the leaders for this team, what were your thoughts on the way that you guys came out there and played?
We played hard. We didn't give up like we did last year.
What were some of the things that you saw, particularly on the defensive side, we'll start there, that this team was able to do well?
Try. Last year we gave up and still back to the trying part.
I know you guys were also able to force 4 turnovers in the game, 3 fumble recoveries as well as an interception that you were able to pull in. Does that give you a little bit of momentum moving forward when you see the defense and the kids around you making those plays?
Oh yeah, because defense is everything. If you have defense, you win games easy.
On the offensive side, things took a little while to start clicking, but by the third quarter, things really started getting a little bit of motion. You got your first touchdown of the year on that third quarter play with a pitch outside to Justin Morrison. What did that do as far as just getting some confidence into the team on the sidelines?
Well, it gave us hope that we actually know this new offense and that it's going to work.
What were the coaches telling you guys on the sideline throughout that game, particularly once it started getting to the third and fourth quarters?
Just hustle and keep your head in the game.
The conditions in that game, a little bit hot out there on the field, especially when you're playing on a turf field like that. Do you think that getting a situation like that where you are getting a little bit worn out by the end of it, it's a team that's running at you every time and beating you up a little bit on the offensive line, does that help to have that out of the way early instead of having to deal with that later on in the season?
Yeah, it's a good warm-up. It gets you in shape for the next conference games and the other games you play. So
this week in practice, you guys just got done with film study. What are some of the things that you expect to be working on this week as practices continue to roll on?
Our alignment and firing off of the line and filling the gaps on defense.
I know that was something, watching a little bit of film with you guys, that was being focused on, not just the linemen, but also the wide receivers. How key is it for this offense to work that the wide receivers go out there and make sure they hold their blocks?
It's very key because it's a spread offense, so we want to spread that defense out as much as we can.
One of the pieces of good news that came from this is you got a little bit better look at the first weekend of the rest of the district and how that's shaping up. You saw some tough games coming from other schools like Malad, Bear Lake, Aberdeen, as well as Westside, including Westside losing to the team you're about to play this next week. What does that do, or do you guys try not to look too far ahead?
We try to just look into our next game and how we're going to go in and try to win.
Speaking of that, with Firth, it's the home opener. Last year, you guys played very close to this team at their own field. Does that give you any confidence coming into your own field now that you're going to have the home fans behind you in the opener?
Yeah, it gives you a lot of hope that you might just pull it together and get it done.
We'll wrap it up with this, and that's with your quarterbacking position. What are some of the things that you personally want to work on the most as you move forward this week?
Reading the field a little bit better.
Well, Logan, I appreciate you taking the time to talk, and good luck as you guys continue to work on through this week.
Anytime. Thank you.
That was sophomore quarterback Logan Mumford joining us on the pregame show. We have one more break before we start up the first quarter of tonight's matchup between the Firth Cougars and the Soda Springs Cardinals on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBR V800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere. even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Oh, hi. Right now, I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
A beautiful rendition of the national anthem to open things here as we get set for the opening kickoff between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the Firth Cougars here at the home of Soda Springs. And the Cougars coming into this with a 1-0 record will be kicking the ball off to the Cardinals to start things off, and they will be trying to hold off a Cardinals offense that is going to be led by their senior leaders in this matchup, and that is really going to rely mostly on the base of Case Griffiths as well as Andrew Stewart and Justin Morrison. Starting lineups being brought to you today by Mountain View Dental. At Mountain View Dental, they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. For the Cardinals offense, which will be taking to the field first, they're going to be led by that sophomore quarterback, Logan Mumford. He wears the number 2 and is going to be as quarterback and a linebacker. Number 3 is wide receiver Thomas Nielsen. Number 7 will be wide receiver Justin Morrison. Andrew Stewart will be the halfback, wearing the number 9 in tonight's matchup. Number 22 is Case Griffiths. Number 56 is Jeremiah Hansen. Number 64 is Hunter Bybee. Number 69 is Jacob Housley. It'll be Riley Harris and Mason Smith out there as number 81 and number 89, the 2 tight ends for the Cardinals. Also, Nathan Lau will be jumping in on the offensive line wearing the number 58. And he will be joined as well by, as I said, Hunter Bybee on that front line for the Cardinals. Kicking off for the Firth Cougars from right to left will be, I believe, number 7, and that is Grayson Nelson, or number 1, Levi Adams. It is actually number 1, Levi Adams, who leads the Firth Cougars out, who will be kicking right to left. Cardinals will be moving left to right to open things up here on the opening night of the home season for the Cardinals. 12 minutes up onto the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Opening kick brought to you by Rainy Day Massage. And lining it up and kicking it off, Levi Adams. Short kick bounces at about the 25-yard line, picked up and brought up the middle by Case Griffiths, who gets to about the 33-yard line. The officials will march him up at the 34-yard line, and that is where the Cougars will begin, the Cardinals will begin on the offensive side of the ball. We mentioned that opening kickoff brought to you by Rainy Day Massage, where they specialize in a mixture of shiatsu, Swedish massage, trigger point, and structural integration and injury massage. Not only is it one of the most relaxing modalities, but also increases the level of oxygen in the blood and flushes out muscle toxins and improves circulation. Cardinals will come out in their shotgun formation. Mumford behind center, takes the snap, quick pitch to the near side. Andrew Stewart wrapped up immediately for a 4-yard loss. Right away in the backfield was the big body of number 75, Trevor Kilpack, and he destroys the Cardinals' opportunity on the first play of the game. Loss of 4 on the play for Andrew Stewart. The Cardinals will have to try and pick up at a second and 14 from the 30-yard line. 2 wings on either side with Mumford and Stewart in the backfield. He'll take the snap, does Mumford, flows one out to the far side, bobbled around. It'll be an incomplete pass as Nielsen could not quite pull it in. And the Cardinals already starting to struggle on this first drive of this matchup. The offense going the wrong direction to start things off after a couple of miscues. We'll see what Coach Cliff Garbett dials up here on a 3rd down and 13 officially on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard over to the right side with 11 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Ball sitting towards the left hash mark, still in that middle of the field. Mumford comes up in that pistol formation. Andrew Stewart in the backfield, a yard behind him. As Mumford brings a tight end into the formation. That's Mason Smith. He'll move in motion, and everybody jumps early on the Cardinals' side. A miscommunication on the snap count, and this should be a false start on the Cardinals that will stall them 5 yards. And excuse me, they're going to say delay of game instead, and that will move it back 5 yards. 3rd and 18.
Back it up 5 yards.
On this first possession for the Cardinals of the game. 11 minutes and 12 seconds still left to go for the Cardinals starters. As they once again huddle up, Mumford will bring his troops to the line. Smith and Morrison off to his left. Coming on to the near side are Taylor Adams as well as Case Griffiths. Mumford will send Mason Smith in motion across the formation to the right side. Calls out the snap count. Takes the snap. And immediate pressure in his face, rolls out to his left. He's going to dive forward across the 30. It'll be a gain of about 7 yards up to the 33-yard line or 32-yard line to make it 3rd down or 4th down and 11. A good decision by Mumford there. Unfortunately, just too much yardage to try and make up on the first positive play the Cardinals make in this game. 4th and 11, expect a punt, as it should be Justin Morrison back to do the punting. And that was one of the things talking with Coach Garbett that he was impressed with, is the consistency of Justin Morrison on the punts as well as the quality of the punts that he was able to put down the field. Ball in the far hash mark, 4th down and 11 from the 31. Morrison's punt deep down the field, hits at the 30. It'll roll forward and out of bounds at the 22. A fantastic kick of 47 yards by Morrison to pin the Cougars back inside the 25. 10 minutes and 18 seconds to go, and the Cougars will bring out their offensive sets. Their starting lineups also brought to you by Mountain View Dental, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals. From Dr. Walker and his staff, they're going to be led by quarterback Carter Cook, who wears the number 3. Levi Adams will be wearing the number 1. Max Orm will be the number 1 running back for the Cougars, as he is also going to be out there as a linebacker. Kobe Johnson wears the number 11. Will Pack wears the number 6. Gunnar Vasquez wears the number 15. We'll get to the rest of the Cougars starters as we continue on here. Only 4 linemen set to the formation for the Cougars, and now drifting out to the near side will be Carter Cook, as it's a direct snap to the halfback, and running up before being tripped up at the 25-yard line is Victor Burkhart. Interesting play call to start things off for the Firth Cougars. Does gain them yardage, call it 2nd down, and officially 8 to go. 2-yard gain for Burkhart. 2nd and 8, Cougars come up. Much more traditional formation this time. It will not be Cook under center, though. In there is Will Park. He will pitch the ball out to Burkhart. Once again, cuts inside, a good block, but the Cardinals right there as they gang tackle Burkhart inside of the 30-yard line. It'll be at the 33-yard line officially. A gain of about 4 yards as Taylor Adams, the first man there. Gain of 4 yards. And it brings up a 3rd down and 4 to go from the near side hash mark at the 27-yard line. Cougars need the 31 in order to keep the drive going. It'll once again be Park under center. 2 backs in a pro formation with 1 wide out split to the right. He'll hand this one off to his far back, and being wrapped up and taken down immediately and behind the line of scrimmage by a 2-yard loss is Kobe Johnson. He went nowhere, and initially he was going to be hit by Riley Harris in the backfield as he came in from his defensive end position and pounded the running back for the Cougars, and they will be forced to punt after moving backwards on 3rd down. Good defensive stop for the Cardinals defense, and that was something that after last year's matchup, which was a 27-7 defensive battle, you expected from the Cardinals. And the high kick will be fair caught by Andrew Stewart at the 42-yard line, and the Cardinals offense will once again get another opportunity to jump out onto the field to try and move the ball on their own. We did not finish the the Cougars' defensive and offensive starters as we left off at Gunnar Vasquez. After that, number 22, Victor Burkhart, we called his name several times, will be a major factor for them. Number 25 is Remington Chapman. Number 53, 54, 58, and 60 will all be on the line with Dylan Madsen, Heston Jolly, Kobe Cox, and Audric Reed. Trevor Kilpatrick finishes up the line wearing the number 75. He was a part of the first defensive play of the game for the Panthers as he lines up at defensive tackle. Cougars. Cougars come up to line of scrimmage. Mumford will hand the ball off. Whistles blow early. It was a handoff to Justin Morrison, but the flag is blown dead, or play blown dead, and a false start will cost the Cardinals another 5 yards, and it will be 1st and 15 as 10 penalty yards already in the first 3.5 minutes of this contest. 8 minutes and 27 seconds to go. 0-0 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard here in Soda Springs as the Cardinals look to get themselves their first victory of the season. Trying to get the offense moving in the right direction. Mumford takes a snap, rolls to his left, fires a pass through the hands of Mason Smith, a little bit high. Nielsen backing him up on the backside. Mason Smith jumping up and down in frustration as that's a pass I think he thinks he should have had. It was a difficult catch, but his hands were up in time, and it moves to 2nd down on the incomplete pass by Mumford. 0 for 2 on passing attempts to start things off. Play was there. It was 2nd down and 15. We'll see if the Cardinals can build on that with 8 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. Ball on the near side. Twins out to each side as Morrison will go into motion. Snap goes off of the face mask of Mumford. He drops on it quickly. It'll be a loss of 2 yards on the early snap from the center as Hunter Bybee, a miscommunication with quarterback Logan Mumford, and it cost the Cardinals 2 yards and is now 3rd down and 17 yards to go. Mumford again comes out, Stewart behind him in that pistol formation. They'll move Stewart into motion as well as Morrison as they go over to the left side of the formation, quad set up there. Blitz comes in from the near side. Another snap through the hands of Mumford, runs back to the 15-yard line and dives on the football. It's a loss of 14 yards. They'll actually mark it up at the 18 where he dove onto it, and officially a loss of 12. And another miscue cost the Cardinals major yardage on the play. And for 2 straight drives, they move backwards. 3rd down and 24 to go for Soda Springs, needing to get to the 48-yard line of the Firth Cougars, and they'll be looking to punt this one away with Morrison back out into the back of the formation. Mumford playing the front. They'll bring in a man and a little bit of extra protection on the punt. Good snap to Morrison, and he's going to send this one. Another beautiful kick caught at the 45 of the Cougars, bringing this one forward, and slipping up or tripping up on the shoelace tackle is Remington Chapman with the tackle. I believe Taylor Adams is the man called out with the shoelace grab. Looked like it was actually Andrew Stewart who came up from that safety position, was the one who was able to make the trip, and the Cougars will start with the ball at the 46-yard line. Working from right to left with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. 0-0 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. It'll be Park once again under center, pro formation to his right, 2 wide out split to the left. He hands this one off once again to Chapman, who is going to be wrapped up after a gain of about 2 to the right side of the formation, making it up to the 44-yard line. And it makes it 2nd down and 8. 3rd running back to touch the football for the Firth Cougars. So far, a consistent running game, but not necessarily a lot to show for it for Firth. yet to get a first down. Neither team has been yet to get a first down. Halfway through the first quarter of play, 0-0 the score. Park again under center. No, excuse me. Now Cook under center. He'll drop back. Looks to pass this time to the right side. Pass is caught at the 36-yard line, and rolling around for an extra couple of yards is Jace Erickson, it looks like. And excuse me, that actually number 18, Kylan Adolfson. And Adolfson will move the chains with a gain on the play of 11 yards. Makes it 1st down and 10 from the far side of the formation, or far side of the field, at the 33-yard line. Under center, Cook once again. No, this is Park. Drops back, ball on the ground, loose in between his legs. A scrum for the football. Several Cardinals there, but they're going to say it is in possession of the Cougars, and it will remain in their possession. 2nd down and about 12 to go. Picking up the football on the play was number 4, Max Orm. So a loss of 1 yard on the play for Orm. Unfortunate for him, as it was a botched snap, and it brings up 2nd down and 11 to go. Officially on the scoreboard, 2nd down and 12 from the 35-yard line on the far hash. Working right to left, 0-0 your score. 5 minutes to go. It'll be Cook. Hands this one off, pitches it to the left side, and falling forward to the 30-yard line, being wrapped up on the play by Taylor Adams as well as Jeremiah Hansen, is the push of the running back, Kobe Johnson. Moves that one forward about 5 yards on the play, and makes it a 3rd down and 6 to go from the 30-yard line. They need to get to the 24 of the Cardinals if they want to keep this drive going. 4 down territory, you would assume, for the Cougars, as that's the way their JV team ran as well. Cook under center. It's Carter, one back behind him, will take the snap, pitches it out to the backside, running along the formation and being drugged down by Case Griffiths short of the 1st down at the 26-yard line. On the left side is Kobe Johnson once again, gain of 4 yards, but it brings up 4th down as the Cardinals defense has set themselves up for an opportunity for a stop. 3 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Time continues to wind down on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 4th down and 3, and it does look like the Cougars will go for it. Deep in Cardinal territory, big opportunity for the Cardinals here to get their offense off, or defense off the field, and put a little bit of momentum onto their own side. Cook will line up under center, 2 wideouts to each side with 2 backs in the backfield as well. Only 4 defensive or offensive linemen in front of him. Cook holds up, goes down, takes a snap, quick handoff to the fullback who picks his way through. He's got the 1st down, and falling about a yard forward of the 1st down is Kobe Johnson once again for the gain. It's a gain of 4 and a 1st and 10 for the Firth Cougars with 3 minutes and 15 to go in the 1st quarter. A drive right now that is carried on for about 3.5 minutes and has put the Cougars on the edge of the Cardinal red zone on the near side hash. We'll move to Park as the quarterback. Rotation between Will Park and Carter Cook, as Park, the senior, will go under center. 2 running backs in the backfield. He'll keep this one himself. Breaks out to the far side. Coming over, not being able to pull down Park, is Nielsen. Park stretches for the goal line, but will come up just short as Morrison saves a touchdown and makes it 1st and goal after a run of 20 yards. Nobody went to cover Park as he broke around to the far side of the formation. Major gain. Nielsen almost was able to make the tackle at the 20-yard line, but Park just strong enough to break away from the sophomore trying to take him down, and that's just a difference in size and age right there. Cook will come in now on the far side hash mark, 2 yards away from the end zone. 2 backs behind him in a wishbone formation. 2 wideouts spread to the left side as well. Cook goes under center, takes a snap, hands this one off to one of the backs, and driving his way into the end zone with the 1st touchdown of the game is Remington Chapman with a 2-yard touchdown push for the 1st score of the game, and Firth takes a 6-0 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard on Chapman's 2nd carry of the game. See if the Cougars go for 2 or just for 1. And it looks like they are going to, as they break the huddle, go for 2. Ball centered with Park as the quarterback. Behind him, Remington Chapman as the lone back in the I formation. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Park takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, looking into the end zone. Stuffed up by Taylor Adams. Doesn't make the tackle, though, and rolling around and knocking down the pylon is Park, but they're going to say he did not get into the end zone as he stopped. Taylor Adams had a chance to tackle him and make it no doubt, but instead he's going to step out of bounds before he crosses over the pylon, and the try is no good. It's 6-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and we'll return with the remainder of the first quarter as the Cardinals look to try and strike back with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com. Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of September 1st through the 7th. Start things off with their boneless beef petite sirloin steaks at $2.99 a pound. Grab yourself 5-pound boxes of 80% lean, 20% fat, fresh ground beef patties for $9.95 each, and corn on the cob for $1. If you're looking for something for dessert or for a snack, watermelon is only 29 cents a pound, and fresh whole cantaloupes are 39 cents a pound. Put it all together with fresh bakery 12-ounce varieties of French bread for just 99 cents a loaf. Those are just some of your specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs. Welcome back out to Soda Springs on the edge of the high school at Archer Field as the Cardinals looking to try and answer back after the Firth Cougars strike first on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Cougars coming off of a 52-14 win over Westside, slowed up by the Cardinals defense. As sending this one deep is going to be Levi Adams. Line drive kick bounces at the 30, rolls to the 20 where it's picked up by Morrison. He'll skip his way into the pile and powers his way to the 30-yard line, laying a hit on Lane Bolander. And Bolander goes backwards by about a yard, and the Cardinals will take over at the 30-yard line on the far side of the field, working left to right in quarter number 1. Down 6-0 as they try to open up their home season with a victory. Good crowd here tonight for both teams. Some patches in the bleachers on either side, but on a windy night, it's good to see the fans showing up and supporting their Cardinal team. Mumford will be back under the shotgun formation, moves Stewart to his left. Also moving to his left is Riley Harris into that quad formation. Morrison steps up onto the line, and Mumford will take the snap, throws to Morrison. The ball was tipped and batted at the line. Getting a paw onto the ball was Heston Jolly coming off of the left side. Wobbly pass, and Morrison took a big shot on the near side by Max Orm, as he will get up a little bit slowly and head back to the huddle. Good defensive pressure coming from the Firth Cougars from the outside edge. That caused that incompletion. Morrison was going to be there and open for a short gain. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Clock stopped at 2 minutes and 3 to go in quarter number 1.
Brings up 2nd and 10 for the
Cardinals will break the huddle. It's Mason Smith, Thomas Nielsen to the far side, Morrison and Harris to the near side, as they'll bring in a 2 tight end set with Nielsen switching over to the near side as well. And Mumford will take the snap, drops back to pass, another blitz in his face. It's a little pitch pass out to Stewart on the far sideline, who runs out of bounds. They're going to say at the 37-yard line. It does go for a gain of 7 yards on the passing play, and the Cardinals will set them up with a manageable 3rd down and 3 as they look to try and move the chains once again. 6-0, Cougars on top. 3rd down and 3, need the 40-yard line for the first down, do the Cardinals. They come out in that twins formation. Mumford takes the snap, drops back, looks to his left, hit immediately as a slow push coming from the defensive line is able to move past, and it went right at Nathan Lau, the junior offensive lineman, who had 2 Cougars taking him on at once, and no person can take on 2 at once and come away with the victory after a while, and he's pushed back, and a sack is going to be made for a loss of 5 on the play. Mumford taking another hit in the backfield. Cardinals have officially moved the ball on the ground for negative 16 yards, and a lot of that miscues from the snapping and offensive line. Punt formation once again as they'll look to kick the ball away. Morrison, good snap, and another good kick. This one will bounce at the 35 high into the air, takes a Cardinal roll all the way up to the 21-yard line once again, and another fantastic kick from Morrison as that one goes 48 yards down the field, and once more pins the Firth Cougars back on their own side. And coming up limping and being helped off the field is another one of the Firth Cougars. This is number 17, Dallin Rowe, one of the members of their starting defense, as he will come over to the sideline, not putting any weight onto his left ankle. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. Cougars trying to score back-to-back touchdowns. They were stopped on their first drive, scored on the second drive on a drive that took off about 5 minutes off of the clock here with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. They'll try and start another one as it's going to be taken by Remington as he goes over to his right, skips his way through some Cardinals, bounces it back over to the left side, blockers in front of him. He's going to push his way forward. There is a flag down on the play as Andrew Stewart tries to chase him down, and unless the flag is against the Cougars, that is going to go as a 79-yard touchdown run to start off the drive, and it is not going to count. A holding penalty will be whistled against the Firth Cougars, and it will march them back and put them inside their own 20. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. With 49 seconds left to go, it's a long walk back, and the Cardinals coaching staff breathing a major sigh of relief on their side of the field, as that one could have been a gut punch early on in this game. Cougars in their white and gray uniforms with blue helmets will march their way back. And for Remington Chapman, he'll have to look to try and do that again. It was a fantastic run. He broke about 3 tackles in the middle of the field before breaking it to the right side, and then had a convoy of 2 blockers in front of him that were able to clear space. He was almost taken down by Andrew Stewart, but he was able to outrun the Cardinals' fastest player on the field and was able to make his way into the end zone. Unfortunately, again, doesn't count. 10-yard penalty brings up first down and 20 with 34 seconds and counting in the first quarter of play. 6-0, Cougars on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Under center will be Park. Behind him in the backfield is Victor Burkhart. Well, he's the lone back. It'll be handed off to Burkhart. Picks his way up. Big hole through the Cardinal defense, and he falls forward for a good gain of 13 yards, making up for the penalty on first down plus some, and that will be the last play of the first quarter on a 13-yard gain up the gut. We'll take a break, come back as the two teams will switch sides of the field, and the second quarter will resume when we return on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com with a score at 6-0, Firth on top of Soda on their home field.
mylocalradio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Two teams will switch sides of the field, and the second quarter will get set to begin here at Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com. the Cardinals right now down 6-0 to the Firth Cougars, as Cook will come out under center with two backs behind him in a wishbone formation. He'll break out, and again it'll be a direct snap to the back. Making his way to the far side is Burkhardt. He's got a hole, comes across the 35-yard line, cuts back across the field. He's got a hole, he's got a convoy, he's got a foot race with Andrew Stewart to make it to the end zone. Stewart is going to catch him and drag him down finally at the 3-yard line, and a flag comes out late, a pair of them on the field, and a flag back at the 30-yard line as well, as this one might be coming back as well. 3 different hankies onto the field. Face mask will be on the Cardinals down there, and a block in the back will march it all backwards from the 31-yard line, and the Cougars again shooting themselves in the face. The 2 penalties will offset, and it'll be a replay of down.
I missed a call on the Firth Cougars. They are offsetting penalties, and we will replay the down.
So a replay of second down. And the ball should be spotted back to about the 22-yard line to start things off. Twice now, the Firth Cougars have had penalties that have shot them in the foot trying to make their way down the field, and both of them have been really unneeded penalties. A block in the back and a holding penalty that I don't think necessarily had much to do with the final result in the play. Either way, the Cardinals will be taking a deep breath with 11 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the second quarter, still only down 6-0 to the Firth Cougars on a windy night in Soda Springs. It'll be Park to come out, one of 2 senior quarterbacks. Officials quickly talking things over, and the clock will wind with 11 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Officials discussing things at the middle of the field, as now they break up, and it'll once again resume action. Cardinals with their 3-man front, 2 defensive ends, and Smith and Harris, and those defensive ends will have contained. Good job on contain as Taylor Adams hits the quarterback, but not before he can make the pass, and he completes the pass to Kobe Johnson on the right side. Great job by Park of finding the opening, and a gain of 14 yards on the play.
First down.
14-yard completion. Both quarterbacks for the Firth Cougars have come in and completed their only passes they've made. And it moves the chains on the near side hash mark with 10 minutes and 56 seconds to go. First down and 10. Cougars will come out with 4 wide receivers, 4 linemen, and another lineman split out towards the wide receivers on the right side. A lot of interesting formations for the Firth Cougars this year. They do still match up with 7 men on the line of scrimmage. Snap is going to go to Park. Quick breakdown, though. The Cardinals defense swarms him. He's going to do good to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down quickly in the backfield. It was Riley Harris who finally wrapped him up, but also wrapping him up is Mason Smith as well. It'll be a loss of a yard for Park on the play. And the Cardinals defense finally coming up with a stop and moving them back to a second down, call it 12 on this official scoreboard with just over 10 minutes to go, and the clock continue to wind back in. Remington Chapman will check back into the game for the Firth Cougars. And look for him to get the balls. He's broken off a few big runs. Also in the backfield with him is going to be Victor Burkhardt. And actually they'll put Chapman off to the right side of the formation, working left to right, and whistles will blow. Timeout's going to be taken by the Firth Cougars, and we will take a timeout with them. Back after this in the second quarter, 6-0, Firth on top of Soda on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming audio and video online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
A tight ball game so far, a game with errors for both sides and especially penalties that have helped the Cardinals out from the Firth Cougars, as they've had a holding penalty call back a touchdown, and they've also had a block in the back eliminate a run to the 3-yard line. Both of those runs were over 70 yards long, so the Cardinals defense looking to try and take advantage of those. 2nd down and 12 coming up from the 32-yard line on the Cougars side of the field, working left to right. Park will be in the backfield with 3 wide receivers. He'll roll out to his right, puts a pass up in the air. This one's going deep. He overthrows his man, and hurling over him is Justin Morrison, was in coverage of Levi Adams. Case Griffiths also there, step for step, and the ball drops harmlessly to the turf. 9 minutes and 41 seconds to go. A deep ball coming from the Cardinals there, or excuse me, from the Cougars there, to try and break this one open and hit a home run, and they could not successfully complete it. Cardinals need to get a stop here, though, on 3rd down and 12. Cougars need to make their way up to the 44-yard line in order to keep the chains moving along, and standing at the 32-yard line in the middle of the field. 3rd down and 12. Full line in the formation. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. And they'll move a man into motion, dropping back and rolling out as Cook. It's a screen pass broken up. Cardinals will run up, and driving and dropping him down short of the 1st down is Thomas Nielsen. He'll be about a yard short. Will Kobe Johnson, and it will be 4th down and a foot.
We'll call it 4th and 1.
After another completed passing play, an 11-yard gain. Just shy of completing that one for a 1st down are the Firth Cougars, and they'll come up to go for it near midfield. Look for a quick snap and a quick push. Cardinals defensive line needs to get a push of their own. It will be a QB sneak, and breaking through the hole is number 15 of the offense, Gunnar Vasquez, and he gets way more than he needed, all the way up to the Cardinals' 46-yard line, a gain of 10 on the quarterback sneak. That play was won over by the offensive line of the Firth Cougars as they bulldozed their way for that 1st down. And for Vasquez, that's his 1st carry of the game, and a big thank you needs to be written on Monday or on Tuesday, as Monday is Labor Day, to his offensive line for that 10 yards. 8 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Clock continues to wind. 6-0 Cougars on top as the ball snapped to Park once again. This one is going to be handed off to Kobe Johnson, who breaks his way forward for 4 yards to the 42-yard line before being taken down on the play by Riley Harris, the defensive end for the Cardinals' 5-3 defense. Gain of 4 yards on the play for Kobe Johnson.
42-yard line.
And he has carried the ball now 5 times for 15 yards, averaging about 3 yards a carry. Cook under center once again. He'll hand it once more to Johnson. He's going to break it to the outside. Has a good lead blocker in front of him. A couple of them, in fact. Breaks it back to the inside before being taken down at the 15-yard line. Call it the 16-yard line, but not before he rumbles off another big gain for the Cougars. That one will be marked at 25 yards up the field as he just followed his lead blocker, showed plenty of patience off the left side of the formation, and rumbled his way to another 1st down. Big gain there for the Cougars, and that's their first real big blow-up run against this Cardinals defense that's actually stood up. As with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go, Soda Springs will again bring their black and red uniforms up to the line of scrimmage. Cook in the shotgun with Park beside him. Park will be lead blocker on this play, and trying to make his way forward before being wrapped up for a 3-yard gain is Kylan Adolphson, as they handed off to him, who was put in motion from the left side of the formation to the right side of the formation, and he gains, as I said, about 3 yards on the play on his 1st carry of the game.
And Mason Smith.
Nielsen with the tackle. And he becomes the 7th different Cougar to carry the ball, as they are displaying an array of different athletes who can run the football here. and the clock winds to 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Cook again under center, 2 backs behind him, takes the snap, hands this one off. It'll be Burkhart cutting to the right. He's got the first down, close to it at least. They're actually going to mark him about a yard short at the 6-yard line, the 7-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up after a 6-yard gain for Victor Burkhart. 25 yards on the night for Burkhart on 4 carries. Cardinals will make some substitutions, getting an extra lineman out there onto the field of play. Checking in is 69, Jacob Housley, and still go on the right side of the formation. Some big bodies up front on a defensive stop needed here on 3rd and 1. 6 minutes on the dot to go as the clock winds. Cook on the shotgun, sends a man into motion, hands this one off on the near side, breaking it back inside and across the goal line. No, they're going to say just short once again. A gain of 6 yards on the play coming up on that one for Kylan Adolphson, but just shy, as the side judge saying his knees touched about a couple inches before crossing the goal line, and the nose of the ball will be just shy of that first down marker. And it'll take just a quick push up the gut, and it looks like that's what they're going to do, as it's Gunnar Vasquez who goes straight up the gut behind his offensive line for the inch-long first down run, and that is going to put the Cougars up 12-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with 5 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the first half of play. As a half yard was all that was needed, not even a half yard. And it gives the Cougars a 2-score lead, trying to make it 14-0, as it looks like they will once again go for 2. Cook will be back in the shotgun. Behind him in the Y formation, or the wishbone formation, I should say, will be a pair of backs. Cook will pitch this one to the near side. Remington will run to the right, breaks into the end zone as he crosses the line on the right side of the goal line near the pylon, and it makes it a 14-0 lead for the Firth Cougars. We'll take another break. When we return, we will have more coverage of Cardinals football as the remainder of the second half, or first half, the second quarter, coming up on your home for Cardinal Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out to Archer Field in Soda Springs, Idaho, as the Soda Springs Cardinals trailing the Firth Cougars by a score of 14-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, as Chapman punches in the 2-point conversion to make it a 2-score game, and the Cardinals will look to try and get the offense going here. Down by 2 scores, still nothing that bad, and it'll be a line drive kick picked up by the Cardinals at the 37-yard line, as picking it up on his knees was Dylan Parker. And Soda Springs will run the offense out there with, once again, good starting field position here at the late part of the second quarter. 14-0 though they trails. The offense just never has been able to get much going. And we'll see if they can move the ball down the field. Only no first downs for the Cardinals to this point in time in the game, as the Cougars have really dominated time of possession. The Cardinals have only ran 9 plays. Mumford will be back in the pistol formation, takes the snap, rolls to his right, passes this one off to the far side where Case Griffiths is wrapped up for a loss of 2 on the passing play. Blocking ahead of him was just non-existent, and the play was blown up almost immediately by number 45 of the defense, Colton Clements. And the Cardinals will look to try and go forward on this 2nd down and 12 from their own 34-yard line. Working right to left on your radio dial and video screen for those of you watching online, Mumford will move Mason Smith further out towards the sideline and now puts men into motion as Andrew Stewart and Case Griffiths will come across the formation to the left. Mumford looks back to under center, takes the snap, drops back, and he'll take this one himself. Up throw on the designed quarterback draw, gains 2 yards, but is wrapped up and gang tackled by 4 different Cougars at the 35. Call it an official gain of 1 for Mumford as they'll mark him short of the original line of scrimmage. It was a push forward in the right direction for the Cardinals, but nothing behind it, and they continue to look at a long third down coming up, 3rd down and 11. It looked like it was going to be a play that would work for a moment, but the push never came from the offensive line. They never were able to get back up and push against the linebacking core of the Firth Cougars. 14-0 Cardinals trail, 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Again, men into motion for Soda Springs. This time Nielsen and Stewart break over to the right side. Mumford takes the snap, looks over to Stewart. He'll try and run this one himself, picks his way forward, and he's going to get right back to where the ball started for no gain on the offensive passing play. And right now the Firth Cougars taking advantage of what have been some slow developing plays for the Soda Springs Cardinals on those outside passing plays. The blocking has just never developed, and the Cougars have the speed on the outsides as well to adjust quickly enough to wherever the ball has been going. Clock will continue to work its way down towards 3 minutes, and the Cardinals will look to punt once again as this is their 4th straight 3 and out. Justin Morrison to punt. Stands at the 25-yard line, brings Mason Smith into the formation for extra protection. Snap is good, flag comes out, and it looks like this will be a false start on the Cardinals. That'll move it back to the 30-yard line for this punt. That is their 3rd false start in the game, 15 penalty yards on 3 penalties for the Cardinals. They did have another penalty that was an offsetting penalty on a face mask. Clock to under 3 minutes to play. As the light's starting to take effect here at Soda Springs as dusk approaching. The home opener for the Cardinals. Morrison again to snap the ball, or take the snap as it's a low one, gets it back and puts this one up. Another fantastic punt over to the far sideline. We'll see where the officials mark this one as they will bring it back all the way to the 39-yard line. It'll end up being a shorter punt for Morrison of only about 36 yards, which still a fantastic punt, but you'd like to see a little bit more if you're the Cardinals on the coaching staff, as Morrison has shown the ability to put the ball down. If that one is in play and does not drift towards the sideline, he ends up gaining possibly at least another 10 yards in the air before a return would have been possible. 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first half of play. 14-0 Firth with the ball and the lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. They'll come up to the line of scrimmage with 6 on the line, and under center will be the shorter quarterback, Cook, another one of the seniors for the Cougars, and a false start will be whistled. Flag comes out late, and coming over to the near side is Remington Chapman, who is wrapped up and taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and this one's going to be marched back as the flag came out late, and it's an illegal shift, is what they're going to call. So this will move the ball backwards, and we'll see if it'll be 2nd down or 1st down on the play as the head line judge is talking with the captain for the Cardinals in Hunter Bybee, and they will decline the penalty as he looks back over to the sideline, and that will be a no gain play, and it brings up 2nd down and 10 as Remington Chapman going for only 4 yards on 3 carries, even though he's carried the ball in several big positions. 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Park back in, as behind him will be Victor Burkhart in the formation. Pitch goes to him. It'll be over to the near side. Cardinals defense reacts quickly, and a hard hit put down on the play by Kyle Dursteller, who comes in from the middle linebacker position and powers a shot. It'll be a gain of 5 yards. Another flag on the play. It goes as a gain of 5, as I said, and this is another illegal shift on the Firth Cougars, and we'll see if the Cardinals decline this one as well, as they did have a decent defensive stop. And again, the Cardinals will decline as the coaching staff signals out to their captain and Hunter Bybee to say no to that. Goes as a 5-yard gain and brings up 3rd down and 5 to go with 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. Only a 2-point score lead for the Firth Cougars have been held up by this Cardinals defense after putting 52 points on the board against Westside last week in a game that was, as I was told by the coach, more competitive than that. But so far the Cardinals, if they had some offensive push coming from the offensive side of the ball, would be right there in this game and still are right there in this game. Cook will come in under center, ball at the 43-yard line, drops back to pass, fakes a pass. This one's going to be a push up ahead into Kobe Johnson, who can't complete the pass and haul it in. The Cardinals were right there with 4 different Cardinals in the area as well, and it brings up 4th down and 5 near midfield, and we'll see if it'll be a punt or the Cougars decide to go for it late in this half. First incompletion of the game for the Cougars, as they now go to 4 of 5 through the air, and it will be punt formation for Firth. With 4th and 5 to go, and a smart decision if you're a head coach is this late in the half, you don't want to give the Cardinals any momentum, so pin them back deep. It'll be a good push for the Cardinals. Bad snap as well, and flags will come out. They're going to say it's down on the play, and Soda Springs gains fantastic field position at the 31-yard line as the defense forces a bad snap, and they force the ball down to the ground, and picking it up and getting hit with the loss of 14 yards is going to be the quarterback on the play, Will Park, who is also going to be kicking the ball. No. So the Cardinals will gain possession on the offensive side with great field position and 1 minute and 28 seconds to go, looking to try and make a push. Ball at the 31-yard line of the Cougars. Mumford in the pistol will move 2 men into formation. Nielsen will go all the way from left to right, as well as Stewart from the backfield. Quads on that side. It'll be more Mumford taking this ball himself straight up the gut, maybe gaining a yard up to the 30-yard line, and that's where things will stop for the Cardinals sophomore quarterback. And a timeout taken immediately by the Soda Springs Cardinals, as well as they want to talk things over on the far side of the field. So they'll talk things over on that side. We'll take a break with them here at the press box at Archer Field and come back with more on the other side on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear. 1 minute and 19 seconds left to go in the first half on a windy and chilly night at the home of the Cardinals. Score 14-0 in favor of the Firth Cougars on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, but the Cardinals threatening at the 30-yard line with 2nd down and 9 yards to go. Logan Mumford will look to try and guide his team into the end zone, or at least into field goal range, and give Case Griffiths another chance to try and punch the ball through the uprights. Mumford will send a man into motion. That is Griffiths across the formation, right to left, trips to the left side with just Riley Harris off to the right. Snap is going to go to Mumford, looks over to his right. Harris is open, stops running, and it's almost picked off by Adolphson. And if Harris continues running his route, he probably catches that. He looked over his shoulder and stopped running as he went and cost the Cardinals a possible 1st down. Not sure if he would have caught the ball at that point in time anyways, but you got to continue running your route even when you're looking behind your shoulder, as the ball was put in stride by Logan Mumford. That's his 4th incompletion. He's 3 for 7 right now for 5 total yards. 14-0, 1 minute and 13 to go, 3rd down and 9. Twins to each side. Cardinals will put trips over to the far side as Nielsen will move over there. Also into motion will be Riley Harris. Back to the formation as Mumford, takes the stand, pitches it outside to Stewart. He breaks the tackle, moves up ahead to the 25, stumbles ahead to the 20, and he looks to have the first down yardage at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Cardinals on a little pass play dump off to the left side. Great running as well by Andrew Stewart in order to give the Cardinals their first down of the game, and another timeout taken by the Soda Springs Cardinals. With 1 minute and 1 second left to go on the edge of the red zone, and that was all heart and desire, something that this team has been looking to try and find in some different ways. And Andrew Stewart with 3 receptions at 17 yards, and all 10 of the yards gained on that one were definitely heart and push as he broke 2 tackles to dive ahead to that first down marker. 14-0, and we'll remind you to stick around for our post-game show, which is being brought to you by Sanders Furniture, halftime show I should say, brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance in Soda Springs, where they carry only the best brands, including Lazy Boy, Amana, Maytag, and more. That's Sanders Furniture and Appliance, making your house a home. Cardinals come back out onto the field out of the timeout, and we'll look to try and push this into the end zone from 1st and 10 from their own 20. Just outside of the red zone, Morrison moves across the formation from right to left, trips to the left side as Mumford takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his right. He's got some green in front of him. He's going to loft this pass towards the end zone, and it's out of the reach of Riley Harris. That one just not near Harris enough for him to give him an opportunity to try and pull in the pass, and it is an incomplete pass, stopping the clock with 55.1 seconds left to go in the first half of play. Still 14-0 with the Firth Cougars on top of the Cardinals by 2, but the Cardinals threatening for the first time all game to move the ball into the end zone and across the goal line for only the second time this season. They punched it across once at West Jefferson last week on a pitch play to Justin Morrison. Mumford will again stand back in that pistol, twins to each side. Taylor Adams is checked into the game for Riley Harris. Snap goes to Mumford. He'll pass one across to Taylor Adams, who cut across the formation on a slant route, but is not going to be able to pull it in. It goes off of his hands, and maybe affecting that one a little bit was the defensive pressure behind him as Kobe Johnson was following him as well, step for step. Back-to-back incompletions, and the clock stops with 50 seconds and 1/10 of a second to go in the first half of play. Still 14-0. And once again, Mumford will stand back in that pistol, brings everybody into the formation. Taylor Adams will come into the line, as well as Nielsen just to the right side. Mumford drops back, looks to step up in a pocket that collapses on him. He's going to rumble his way forward across the 20 to the 19-yard line, making a little bit out of nothing, gaining a yard on a broken play, and it's going to make it 4th down and 9 to go with 36 seconds to go, and the Firth Cougars will take their second timeout of the game with 4th down and 9 the yardage from the 19-yard line. We'll take a quick break with them as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, hi. Right now, I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Here in the second quarter of play, the Soda Springs Cardinals look to try and threaten to get onto the scoreboard, but unable to do so in 3 downs, and now with 4th down and 9 looming on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, down 14-0. The Cardinals will look to try and make something happen as they'll go for it on 4th down and 8. Mumford will stand in that pistol formation. Morrison, the only receiver off to the right side, as somebody didn't come back out onto the field. Cardinals are missing somebody. They'll bring on Case Griffiths onto the field, and now they'll have an extra load over on that side. See if they can take advantage of it. Mumford drops back, rolls to his right, makes one man miss. He's going to be wrapped up, though, taken down for a 6-yard loss at the 25-yard line, and the Firth Cougars will take over on downs as the Cardinals' offensive push is going to be stopped short of a first down opportunity, and it gives the Firth Cougars a chance with the ball at the 25-yard line and 1st and 10 with 30 seconds left to go.
Take over the football, 1st and 10.
Disappointment there for the Cardinals, who picked up the ball inside Firth territory at the 31-yard line, and they were able to advance the ball to the 25, but no further on 7 plays. Cougars will come out with a bunch formation. Cook under center with 2 wideouts to his left. Takes a snap, puts a man into motion. They'll go across away from the motion. Taking the ball and skipping forward is going to be Kobe Johnson. He's pulled up and stopped at the 40-yard line, but not before. He runs ahead for 15 yards for the Firth Cougars with 21.2 seconds left to go. Clock will stop, and I believe a timeout will be taken by the Firth Cougars, so we'll take one more timeout with them. 21.2 seconds left to go as the Firth Cougars, and some confusion between the officials as well as the chain gang, and we'll see what happens here. They will give the Firth Cougars the timeout with 21.2 seconds left to go on your Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And with that confusion, we'll just keep it right here for this one. And for the Cardinals, there has to be some sort of answer for the offensive woes that they've been putting up onto the board, as they have a total of -3 yards today on the offensive side of the football. They've rushed the ball for -18 while passing the ball for 15 yards in the contest so far. They've also have not run many plays at all. 9 plays on the ground and 11 plays through the air for only 20 total plays in the game. So looking for more offensive consistency for the Firth Cougars. They're going to come out and try and drive 60 yards to put another score onto the board in 21.2 seconds with no timeouts left, I believe. In the pistol formation will be Max Orm, and it'll be a snap instead to Park as he rolls out to his right. Pressure on him, and he's going to throw this ball. Almost a one-handed catch made along the sidelines by Kylan Adolphson. It drops off of his hands and drops to the turf, and it makes it 2nd down and 10, as the last 3 passing attempts for the Firth Cougars have gone as incomplete passes. "15 seconds remain as the Cardinals defense dropping back into more of a prevent. In fact, Andrew Stewart all the way back at their own 35-yard line, a good 25 yards off of the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 40, middle of the field. Park again in that pistol shotgun formation, puts a man into motion. They'll hand this one off. Double reverse, goes to the far side. Cardinals over pursued, and running past his brother members is Johnson, and Kobe Johnson wrapped up and taken down, and that'll bring an extra flag as the tackle was up near the top of the helmet. Making the tackle on the play was Kyle Dursteller, and I believe this is going to cost the Cardinals even more ground, as a face mask is going to be the whistle. It also stops the clock with 5.1 seconds left to go. The gain itself will end up being about a 12-yard gain, or excuse me, a 15-yard gain, and the personal foul will add another 15 yards to that.
On the Silver Springs Cardinals.
And right now, the Firth Cougars have 5.1 seconds to get a snap off and a play towards the end zone as the chains move forward. Clock will start on the whistle of the official as the Cougars in position to run the play. They'll have 4 wideouts to the near side. Expect Park to put the ball in the air as the snap is off. Horn sounds. Park running around, trying to guy himself some time, looking towards the end zone, fires one up. It's going to be dropped harmlessly. No! It's tipped into the hands of Kyle Adolphson by Taylor Adams, and it goes into the end zone for a Firth Cougar touchdown as time expires. A bomb on the play of 27 yards, and that is a gunshot to the head of the Soda Springs Cardinals, as they cannot afford that to happen. The defense, needing to bat that down, instead went for the interception that popped up into the air. a 27-yard touchdown pass to give the Firth Cougars a 20-0 lead, and a chance for their offense to try and punch the ball in for a 22-0 lead at the end of the first half. And that all happens with less than a couple of seconds on the clock. Winding down, they'll go for two. Cook will be the quarterback in this formation. Two wideouts to each side and a man in the backfield with him. He'll now move Remington to the far side. It's a pitch play up to the middle, and it will be no good on the try, and a score will remain 20-0. The Cougars, though, putting 14 points up on the board, and 6 of them coming at the end of regulation in the first half of play. A gut shot for the Cardinals, and we will come back with the halftime show as they look to try and rebound. We'll give you all of the past recaps on what is happening here, as well as some score updates from other games going on around the county, as the Cary Panthers came to take on the North Gem Cowboys earlier today. We have a final score on that game. We'll have a final score as well from other matchups, or a score update hopefully from Grace High School as we continue to make our way through the night. Back here after this break on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com with your post-game show brought to you, or halftime show, brought to you by Sanders Furniture.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out once again to Soda Springs High School, where the Cardinals unfortunately giving up a late touchdown pass to the Firth Cougars as time expired, and they trail right now in the halftime break by a score of 20-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as we continue to make our way through the halftime show. And for the Cardinals, I think there's plenty for them to have to look forward to in this second half, but let's get into their numbers to open things off. We'll get to the scoring summary later on, as the Cardinals unfortunately have only been able to run 20 plays to this point in time. They have 11 passing plays, with Logan Mumford going 3 for 11 for only 15 yards. The running game has been even more dreadful, as that has been a 9-carry game for minus 18 yards for the Cardinals. 1 carry for Andrew Stewart for minus 4 yards, 8 carries for Logan Mumford for minus 14 yards. Stewart does have a positive night in general, as he has caught 3 receptions for 17 yards. Case Griffiths has 1 reception for minus 2 yards. The Cardinals also have 4 penalties called against them for 30 yards in the game, so they have moved backwards 48 yards so far in the game, and they have only gone forward 15 yards in the game for a minus 33 total in the matchup. No touchdowns in the game for the Cardinals. The Firth Cougars have put it across 3 times so far in the game. They have been led by a passing attack as well as a rushing attack that's gained them several yards on the ground. The passing attack has been led by Carter Cook, who is 2 for 3 for 22 yards, as well as by Will Park, both of them seniors. Park has gone 2 for 4 for 41 yards and a touchdown. As far as the running game is concerned, 7 different ball carriers so far for the Firth Cougars, as leading the way in the running game has definitely been Kobe Johnson, who has 7 carries for 59 total yards. He has yet to cross the touchdown for a touchdown, but he did have 1 called back earlier on in the game. Also carrying the ball, Victor Burkhardt has carried it 5 times for 30 yards so far in the matchup. Several other runners have gone up for minor yardage in the game to this point in time. The touchdowns have been scored so far, and a 2-yard touchdown by Remington Chapman to get the scoring going for the Firth Cougars. That was back in the first quarter of play with about 6 minutes left to go. The second quarter did see another 1-inch touchdown run by Vasquez, and the ball was spotted just shy of the end line after a 25-yard scramble by Kobe Johnson left him just short of the end zone. Then it was a 27-yard touchdown pass from Will Park into the hands of Kylan Adolphson that was completed as time expired off of a interception attempt by Taylor Adams, batted into the air to Adolphson, who was able to be in right place, right time to jog it into the end zone for the 3rd touchdown of the game for the Firth Cougars, and that is where we sit 20-0 on your Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Time for us to jump into our standout teacher. We'll have final totals coming up for you on the other side of this interview and the other side of our halftime break. But right now it's time for us to sit down and talk with Matthew Messerly, who is one of the newest, or Michael Messerly, one of the newest teachers at Soda Springs High School, one of the English teachers for the Cardinals in their educational aspirations. Back after this, for his interview starts right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com here in your Sanders Furniture and Appliance halftime show, where Sanders Furniture and Appliance is in Soda Springs on Main Street, and your home for the best in southeastern Idaho for over 80 years. Call them at 208-547-3706.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with one of the newest additions to the Soda Springs High School teaching staff, and Mike Messerly, who is the newest English teacher at the school, is joining us. And first of all, Mike, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk.
Thank you.
When you talk about being a new teacher at a new, or not necessarily a new school, you've been in the district before, but when you think about being a new teacher at the high school, what are some of the things that go into that when you think about the first year?
A lot of unknowns, a lot of trying new things, seeing what works and what may not work as well as others.
What made you decide you wanted to get into teaching, and what made you decide that the high school job here was going to be something you'd like to apply to?
I grew up around education. My dad was a middle school and elementary school principal, and so I heard a lot of that growing up. Education was always really important, and for me personally, literature and reading is important. It's one of my passions and one of the things that I like to do. So to be able to share that and to discuss how literature connects to our lives is something that really appealed to me.
When you think about being in Soda Springs, again, we talked about it, you're not new to the district necessarily. You worked at the post office here and then worked at the elementary school before coming up here to the high school. Does that help when you've been around the community? Do you feel coming in as a new teacher where people know who you are?
I think so. I think I know a lot of the kids, at least by sight anyway, and I've honestly been in a lot of their classrooms because I have kids. They know who I am, most of them, so I don't feel like it's a totally unfamiliar area.
When you think about teaching to the high school level, what are some of the things that you're expecting to try and do with the kids this year that might separate you from other English teachers? Because every teacher has a different style. Every teacher, it's one of the enjoyable things about teaching is they can approach it in different ways and still get the end result. What are some things that you might try?
I don't know if it's anything really new, but I want them to be able to see literature and connect it to their own lives, and to be able to use it and hopefully be able to, make it a part of their own life.
And you look at things outside of this to get to know you as a little bit more of a person. What are some of the things you enjoy to do when you're not teaching in the classroom?
I do enjoy reading for fun. Believe it or not, that's possible. And spending time with my family. And I volunteer at the library quite often, and I also work with the Caribou County Theater Guild.
Now, with the Theater Guild, that opens up a lot of different doors and a lot of questions. What got you into theater as being one of the things that you really enjoy being a part of?
I did work with theater in high school, but it is something that I just enjoy. I like to watch plays and have been involved with several. Helped with this last production of The Wizard of Oz this summer.
Looking to the future for you now, what's the future plans? How long do you want to be in education? Is this something that you really want to continue with and keep growing on as a teacher? And do you see yourself moving on from here? Is this something that you like Soda Springs where you're at?
No, we like Soda Springs where we're at. This is where we plan to stay, and I will foresee that I will stay a teacher.
Well, Mike, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. It's definitely been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit more. Hopefully this helps the community get to know you even more than they already do, and I wish you the best of luck as you continue on this road as a teacher.
Thank you.
That was one of the newest teachers over at Soda Springs High School, standout teacher Michael Messerly, as he joined us on our halftime show. Brought to you by Sanders Furniture in Soda Springs. We're going to take another break, come back with the first half totals on the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online as well at mylocalradio.com, with the score sitting at 20-0 in favor of the Firth Cougars on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of September 1st through the 7th. Start things off with their boneless beef petite sirloin steaks at $2.99 a pound. Grab yourself 5-pound boxes of 80% lean, 20% fat, fresh ground beef patties for $9.95 each, and corn on the cob for $1. If you're looking for something for dessert or for a snack, watermelon is only 29 cents a pound, and fresh whole cantaloupes are 39 cents a pound. Put it all together with fresh bakery 12-ounce varieties of French bread for just 99 cents a loaf. Those are just some of your specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
against the Cary Panthers earlier this week, a 14-12 win earlier this afternoon. Here, 20-0 with 8.5 to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Cougars driving on their first drive of the game. It's an end around, a reverse actually, in fact, as Remington Chapman takes it off the right side, dives forward for the 10-yard line. That's another big gain. They'll actually mark him at the 11-yard line for a gain of 15 yards on the play. And right now, it's a running attack that the Firth Cougars are throwing at the Soda Springs Cardinals in this second half. Not a single pass play to this point, and they continue to pull away and look for that fourth touchdown of the game. Out of the game will check Victor Burkhart as Kobe Johnson back into the game as the main halfback, and the fullback Chapman will run his way back around to the near side. Will be an offset eye with both backs off to the left, and they're going to give it off to Johnson, who stumbles his way forward and is going to make his way up to the 6 for a gain of 5 yards now. For 70 yards on the game.
Brought down by a host of Cardinals. Picked up 4 yards on the run.
And a pickup of 5 will make it second down and 5 from the 6. The Cougars need the 1-yard line. They can get a first down before they punch it into the end zone. Far side hash mark deep in Cardinal territory with a second down and 6. Looking to try and keep this drive going. Cardinals need a defensive stand. Loading up the box. There's 7 in the box, and they'll make a deep push. And missing a tackle is going to be the deep end, Riley Harris, and stumbling his way in and dancing his way in, more like it, is Victor Burkhart around the left end as he pushes his way in for a 7-yard touchdown run, his first of the game and the 4th touchdown of the game for the Firth Cougars, as they lead now 26-0 over the Soda Springs Cardinals. 4 touchdowns, 4 different athletes with touchdowns for the Firth Cougars. And they will once again go for 2, it looks like. And it'll be Park under center. He'll drop back, hands this one off to Johnson, who has stood up before he gets across, and the 2-point conversion try will be no good. That try being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Casey and his staff take time to understand your health needs at Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. It is now 26-0 as the Soda Springs Cardinals getting blanked at home against the Firth Cougars. We'll be back after this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com. Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of September 1st through the 7th. Start things off with their boneless beef petite sirloin steaks at $2.99 a pound. Grab yourself 5-pound boxes of 80% lean, 20% fat, fresh ground beef patties for $9.95 each, and corn on the cob forward for $1. If you're looking for something for dessert or for a snack, watermelon is only 29 cents a pound, and fresh whole cantaloupes are 39 cents a pound. Put it all together with fresh bakery 12-ounce varieties of French bread for just 99 cents a loaf. Those are just some of your specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs. Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School. Soda Springs Cardinals getting set to take over their first possession of the second half after a 5-minute drive by the Firth Cougars punches the ball into the end zone. Cardinals will be looking to try and sustain a drive for only the second time tonight. They've only run 20 plays on the offensive side and have yet to gain positive yardage at the end of those, as they will look to see Park kicking the ball off. The senior will run up, right-footed kick from right to left, will be to the right side of the field and rolls out of bounds, giving the Cardinals good field position to start off. It should move it up to the 40-yard line, where they will take over for their first possession of the second half. That kickoff being brought to you by Rainy Day Massage, where they specialize in a mixture of massages. Not only is it one of the most relaxing modalities, but also increases the level of oxygen in the blood and flushes out muscle toxins. Call them today at 435-703-0195. Ball will be to the 35-yard line. I apologize for the mistake on the ruling there. And with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter and the score 26-0, Soda Springs will look to their sophomore quarterback, Logan Mumford, to lead them down the field. 2 wideouts will be split to the right side, 1 off to the left, as Thomas Nielsen and Andrew Stewart join Mumford in the shotgun snap. As Mumford takes the snap, fakes a handoff, holds on to this one himself, runs up the gut, breaks 2 tackles before falling ahead for a solid gain on the play of 9 yards up ahead to the 43-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain and a run up the gut, the most successful offensive play for the Cardinals so far in the game outside of their passing plays. And outside of a run by Andrew Stewart on a passing play that went for 10 yards to the outside on a screen pass. 2nd down and 1 to go. Call it 2 with the ball at the 43-yard line. Ball snapped to Mumford before he was ready, and several players dive for it. It looks like the Firth Cougars jumped onto it first. That's the signal from the official, and the man on the bottom of the pile for the Firth Cougars is number 54, the big body of Heston Jolly, the junior. He jumps onto it, and the snap just early for the Cardinals, as they could not see a worse way to go on 2nd down. The turnover is going to not only cost them 2 yards, but also ends up costing them offensive possession and gives it back over to the Firth Cougars. That's the 3rd snap that's come early for the Cardinals so far in this game as well, and gives the Firth Cougars possession inside Cardinal territory at the 41-yard line. And Cook will be under center once again. Offset I formation. They'll move a man out to the left side, but go away from that as their pitch is going to go to Chapman on the right side. Flag comes out as Chapman stumbles ahead, falls over a Cardinal for a gain of 3 yards. We'll see what the flag is going to be. And it looks like a block on the Cougars. There is a man down on the far side as Kyle Dursteller, who's been one of the more aggressive Cardinals so far on the game. And one of the harder hitting Cardinals is down on the far side as the trainers check to him. And we'll most likely see the Cardinals march the Cougars back if it is indeed against them. Have not seen the word from the officials. And Dursteller still down on the ground as Andrew Stewart goes over to check on his teammate. And the senior picked up and will walk off under his own power towards the sideline. And the ball will be marched back from the Firth Cougars. It's a 10-yard penalty. It'll actually march up to only about 7 yards on the penalty. And only the 2nd official penalty on the Firth Cougars. 6 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Clock starts to wind, 26-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. The Cougars will come out of the huddle and up to the line of scrimmage. Cook will still be the quarterback with a pair of backs in the offset I and a very clustered backfield with 4 offensive skill players in the backfield with him. He'll hand this one off to his running back in the name of Burkhardt, who loses the ball loose on the ground, and it bounces out of bounds and remains Firth Cougar ball. And looking at his hands, as Thomas Neal says it went off of his hands and out of bounds, he shouldn't feel too bad about that one, as that was a tough one to recover. Burkhardt will gain about 2 yards on the play.
Football, 2nd
and makes it 2nd down and 15 yards to go from the 45-yard line of the Cardinals. Clock continues to wind at 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go. They have it stopped. The official, I thought, signaled for it to keep going, but the ball went out of bounds, and that is my mistake once again. I apologize. As under center, a new quarterback, number 11, Kobe Johnson, that is actually number 15, and he drops back as Vasquez throws a play up ahead, a little screen play going to Johnson in the middle, and blowing it up on the play is Riley Harris as he comes up with a big hit to knock that one down for an incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass.
Brings up 3rd down and 15, and for only the 2nd time in this game, the Cardinals look to bring a 4th down and long onto the Panthers and look to force them to punt for the 2nd time. But they need to hold them to long yardage here, as the ball already across on their side, and the Cougars have shown no desires for punting the ball whenever they have a chance to go for it. 5:38 left to go, 26-0 Cougars on top. Twins split out to the left side with 2 running backs behind the quarterback. Vasquez fakes a handoff, drops back, throws one, a wobbly pass to the near side is going to be pulled in, brought down by the receiver Max Orm up ahead at the 25-yard line, hit down by Logan Mumford on the tackle. The wobbly pass pulled in though, and it goes as a 20-yard gain.
The pass was enough for a Cougar first down.
A first down for the Cougars on 3rd and long, and the first reception by Max Orm, the senior running back and linebacker. The 5th completed pass by the Cougars so far tonight. 26-0 the score still remains as the clock winds towards 5 minutes. Park will be in the backfield. Vasquez pitches the ball instead, though, to Burkhart, and he will trip his way forward and dance his way up ahead to the 20-yard line, and that will be a 5-yard gain for Burkhart.
Several Cardinals,
Kyle Dursteller, one of the first to get there on the tackle.
Picked up 5 yards on the run.
And it gains the
Down
Cougars a second down and manageable. 2nd down and 5 from the near side hash mark in Cardinal territory just outside the red zone. Up to the center will be Vasquez, as he has been out there under center for the majority of this drive, trying to get some experience for the younger players. Is Coach Keith Drake, as the snap will go to Vasquez once again, hands this one off to Park, who's going to run around the end and is going to have another Cougar first down after a gain of 7 off the left edge.
Number 6, Will
For
Park.
Park, that puts him into the double digits, 17 total yards on the game,
and Tom Nielsen.
And makes it first down and 10 from inside the 15. Call it the 14-yard line on the play. Although the Cougars marching back, as a penalty will be against the Firth Cougars. And we'll see how far they decide to step this one back as the officials meeting with each other in the middle of the field. The Cardinals huddled up around them. Be the 3rd penalty against the Firth Cougars. And it will be put to... Everyone's still holding the ball. Not sure what exactly is going on at this point in time down there on the field. They will march it back. And it'll be a 5-yard loss, and I believe they're going to say illegal motion, and it'll just be 2nd down and 11 yards to go. Snap goes to Vasquez. Handoff over to the left side. He's going to give this one off to Orm, who's going to stumble his way forward and gain all of the lost yardage back as he gets up to the 19-yard line for a gain of 6. Only his 2nd carry. He's got 5 yards in the game now and brings up a 3rd down, and 3 yards to go, with the Cougars needing the 15-yard line in order to continue the drive. Clock winds to 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the big scoreboard at the west end zone as the lights officially fully taking effect here. Soda Springs High School, 26-0, the Cougars on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Vasquez again goes under center. Takes the snap, hands this ball off, and it'll be Chapman running his way through the Cardinals line with enough for the first down. It's a 3-yard gain
Number 22
for the big back.
With the run up the middle.
As Chapman gets another first down for the Cougars at the 15-yard line, and the drive will continue. The clock working its way towards 3 minutes. 2 very time-consuming drives for the Firth Cougars as they've held the ball for the majority of this half of play. In fact, the Cardinals have only snapped 2 offensive snaps on their side of the ball. One of those for a big gain, the other one a botched snap that was snapped too early. Ball again goes over to Chapman, wrapped up in the backfield. That time it was Hunter Bybee who came up with the trip, and it was finished off on the other side of the formation by Justin Morrison, and it will be a gain or a loss of 1 yard to Chapman, as the Cardinals defense did a great job of swarming to the football there and keeping it from being a gain once again. 2nd down and 11.
Second 11 for the
from the middle of the field, with the ball moved just towards the far side hash mark at the 16-yard line. Back in at quarterback will once again be Cook, flanked on either side by both Burkhart and Chapman. Snap goes to Cook, drops back, and stays a quarterback keeper up the gut. Cook goes to his right. He's going to be picked up and taken down quickly after a gain of 6 yards by Andrew Stewart. But on his first carry of the game,
for a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6 yards and 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Cougars after the gain by Cook, who did a great job on the design quarterback keeper. He made no attempt to hand the ball off at all there, so a designed run up the gut, and it makes it a 3rd down and manageable for the Firth Cougars inside of the 10-yard line of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Ball set to the far side, 2 wide out, split to the left, as Cook will again go under center. Vasquez behind him in the formation. He'll now break out of the formation to the left as Vasquez takes the snap. Flag is out. Ball popped up into the air. Riley Harris pulls it in for the interception. There is a flag out on the play early. It's an illegal shift, so the interception will stand up as Vasquez throws the ball away, and the Soda Springs Cardinals come up with the ball on a massive turnover for themselves and for momentum, as they will take over with the ball at the 6-yard line on 1st down and 10. The defense holds strong in the red zone, and on a tipped ball, Riley Harris comes up with his first interception of the season. The big man for the Cardinals hasn't been loud on offense yet, but on defense comes up with maybe the biggest play of the game to this point. That turnover gives some life to the Cardinals, down by 4 scores. They need to get something going on offense now. Defense has helped them out. Ball at the 7-yard line officially in their own side of the field. Shadow of their own goalpost. Mumford with 2 backs and the shotgun behind him. He'll take the snap. Looks to hold this one himself. Runs up the gut and is going to push his way forward to the 10.5-yard line. A gain of 3 for Logan Mumford.
Met by several,
as that will bring us under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And the Cardinals will have themselves a 2nd down and 8 left to go. Clock winds with 49 seconds and counting. Mumford again pulling the troops around him in the huddle. This score similar to the score last year, which was 27-7, the Cardinals falling to the Cougars. As Mumford again into the backfield, 2 backs flanking him. He'll take the snap, looks to pitch this one out. It's a shovel pass to the far side and being wrapped up and taken down very quickly as Andrew Stewart, a loss of 5 yards on the play. And the defense picking him up quickly as Dalton Clevenger comes up with the massive hit on the backfield for the Cougars, and it makes it a 3rd down and 12 to come up with for the Cardinals, and that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming up next, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. We'll come back with that 4th quarter after this break, as the 2 sides will switch sides of the field on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. 26-0. The Soda Springs Cardinals trailing the Firth Cougars as they have a 3rd down and 12 upcoming on their own side of the field. Again, not a lot of offensive success for the Cardinals as they have gone backwards in their running game for minus 14 yards, and their passing game has not done much better, only 15 yards through the air so far for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and they still have not run many plays on offense to this point in time. In fact, only 24 plays of offense through 3 quarters of a game. And anytime your defense is out there on the field for that long and for that much time, you're going to be in the downside of the column. And the offense has to find a way to sustain a drive this season. Fourth quarter being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Casey and his staff take time to understand your health needs at Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Ball at the 6-yard line for the Cardinals on their own side of the field. Man goes into motion from right to left. That is Taylor Adams. Mumford in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his right. He's going to launch one deep. Morrison trying to catch up to it. He's going to go up, and it'll be incomplete. He went up for the ball as well as with Kylan Adolson. There was contact, but both of them going for the ball. Morrison, it looked like, pulled up in his route. If he had just kept running as hard as he could, he probably gets underneath that pass, but he had to put on a burst of speed late and could not quite track it down, and that will be another incompletion for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 3 of 12 now through the air for Soda Springs in their air raid attack. 11 minutes and 54 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter of play as we're just underway. 26-0 Cardinals trail, and they'll be out to punt once again from their own 5-yard line. Bring a couple of members into the formation, Mason Smith and Taylor Adams from their end positions. And it'll be a snap to Morrison in his own end zone. Puts one up. That's a line drive kick over to the far side. Good bounce for the Cardinals. It's going to be picked up by Kobe Johnson, who falls his way forward back into Cardinals territory. He fielded it at the 50, and making the tackle is going to be, I believe, Andrew Stewart. Yes, and the Cougars will take over with the ball at the 47-yard line of the Cardinals once again on the Cardinals side of the field with 11 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. Fourth quarter of play.
First and 10.
One that the Cardinals can give themselves some momentum going into next week's game. They're going to take on the Ryrie Bulldogs, who are not traditionally a very strong team, and could be a chance for the Cardinals to come away with a victory, but again, you need to make some strides into making some improvements at the late half of this game with 11 minutes and 45 seconds. Good time to do that as the Cardinals will come forward, park to throw. He's going to loft this one deep down the near side, and it's going to be picked off. Andrew Stewart comes away with the ball at the 20-yard line. There is a flag down. Looks like this will be pass interference on the Cardinals, as there were 3 members in the area, and already coming up is Levi Adams calling for the pass interference play. Cardinals could have the ball at the 35-yard line if it all stands, but as I said, I feel this is coming up, and it will in fact be pass interference on the Cardinals. And we'll see where they decide to spot this ball at. It was at the 47-yard line, and I believe it should be a 15-yard penalty, I believe, at the high school level to march them forward. And that will take the Cougars all the way up to the 32-yard line on another costly penalty by the Soda Springs Cardinals. This personal foul eliminating an interception, and it's their 6th penalty of the game, and they now have 50 total penalty yards. This team did not catch a ton of penalties at West Jefferson, but here hurting themselves. Under center now, a new quarterback, as that is Victor Burkhart. He takes the snap and is going to keep this one himself on the right side before being spun down at the line of scrimmage by Justin Morrison. He followed him all the way along the line of scrimmage and is taken down for no gain on a fantastic defensive hit by the Soda Springs defense. Clock goes to under 11 minutes left to go in the ball game. 26-0, still Cougars on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard in Cardinal territory as Cook back into the game as the quarterback for the Cougars. He'll split out Adams to the right side, 2 wideouts to the left as Cook takes the snap, hands off to Johnson, goes straight up the gut. Stiff arm against Stewart is going to gain him another 5 yards as he rolls ahead for 16 yards up to the 20-yard line, and that will be another first down for the Firth Cougars. Johnson with another big run gets himself to 86 yards on the night. He does not have a touchdown, one of the few Firth Cougars not to cross the goal line quite yet, as they have 4 touchdowns and 4 different Cougars with touchdowns in the game so far. It'll be a shotgun formation for the Cougars, 2 to each side, handoff up the gut, and skipping and bouncing his way forward before tripping and falling inside the 15-yard line at the 14 is Max Orm. It'll be a 6-yard gain, and a flag is out there on the field, so we'll see what the hanky is for and who it's against. It looks like it'll be a holding penalty against the Cougars, and it'll march them back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it'll end up being about a 4-yard penalty in the end on only their 4th penalty of the game. Pushes them back to what should be the 24-yard line and will be the 24-yard line. So 1st down and 14 to go with 10 minutes and 16 seconds on the big clock on the right side of the field. Cook again comes out in the shotgun. Chapman will be the lone back in the backfield with him. Snap goes to Cook. He'll hand off to Chapman. Straight up the gut. Nobody to stop him. Cuts to his left. He's got the end zone in his sights and jogs across the end zone for a 24-yard touchdown run. And it is 71 yards on the game now for Chapman, and the 2nd touchdown for Chapman. He only had 4 rushing yards after the first half and has busted out for 67 yards and a touchdown in the 2nd half of play. And an extra point pending. PATs being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent as well. Their 5th touchdown puts them up 32-0. They'll go for 2 once again. Offset I formation with Park under center. He'll take the snap, holds onto it himself, lost one up for the end zone. It's tipped and batted down by Justin Morrison. Fantastic defense being played by Morrison in the face of Levi Adams. And the ball will drop down harmlessly to the turf. Scored 32-0. Cardinals trailing the Firth Cougars as we will continue the 4th quarter of play on the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out once again to Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. 10 minutes on the dot to go in this ballgame, and the Firth Cougars striking from 24 yards out for their 2nd longest touchdown of the night as they build their lead to 5 scores, 32-0, as I said. Cardinals will have another chance to get the ball and see if they can put points up onto the board as their offense continues to have problems moving the ball down the field. Only 1 total yard of offense in the game so far. Cougars will look to Park to kick this ball off. Right-footed kicker from left to right. Ball falls off of the tee, so he'll have to re-tee this one. It has been a windy afternoon and evening here in Soda Springs. Gusty winds were called to be up to 30 miles an hour throughout the day, and it has definitely been that around the field, dropping down a little bit here tonight as this kick is going to roll forward, picked up by Taylor Adams at the 30-yard line. He'll try and pick his way forward for a couple of yards before being brought down by a pack of Cougars at the 37-yard line, and that is where the Cardinals will start on offense for yet another drive, looking to try and gain some momentum to move themselves forward. Under 10 minutes to go. 9 minutes and 54 seconds officially on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Here in your 4th quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick. Be sure to give them a call today in Montpelier at 208-847-1421. That kickoff also, by the way, brought to you by Rainy Day Massage in Soda Springs. 9 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Cardinals will come out, twins out to each side, same base formation they have continually run. Stewart flanking Mumford off to his left. It'll be a handoff to Stewart. Finds a hole, pushes his way forward, and he's going to fall ahead to the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3 yards on the play. And for Stewart, it's his first positive rushing gain of the night and puts the Cardinals at 2nd down and 7 to go. We'll actually mark him back at the 39-yard line, so a gain of 2. 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Clock continues to march its way down as the Cardinals come out. Mason Smith and Thomas Nielsen split to the near side, working from right to left. Snap goes to Mumford, designed quarterback keeper. He goes right into a line of Cougars and is pushed back after no gain, getting right back to the line of scrimmage. No push by the offensive line to help him out, and he has rushed.
Cougars led by Lane Bollender.
12 times for -5 yards.
No gain on the play.
Third down and 7 coming up. With the clock under 9 minutes now. Cardinals with the ball in the middle of the field. Look for them to go to the air this time as Mumford stands in that pistol. Takes the snap. No, it's a snap on the ground and again picked up by the Cougars on the offensive and the defensive line. Falling onto that football is number 48, Jose Ortiz, and the senior comes up with the third turnover of the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and that fumble is again on the snap, the 4th or 5th bad snap of the game on the Cardinals snapper and center in Hunter Bybee. It's been a struggle for him so far tonight. 8 minutes and 35 seconds to go as the Cougars will look to try and make their way downfield and score for yet another time. It would be their 6th score tonight if they can punch it into the end zone here in the 4th quarter. 8:35 to go. So they'll come out in that pistol formation. Vasquez as the quarterback. Takes the snap. Looks over to his right. Now comes back to his left. Deep ball into the air. It's going to be picked into the hands of Burkhardt. And that is his 2nd completion on the defense on the play was Thomas Nielsen. He did not have good position, though. And it ends up being a gain on the play of 27 yards down the field and into the red zone at the 10-yard line with first down and goal coming for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And that the first completion in the game to Burkhardt, who has also rushed the ball very, very well so far tonight. 46 yards on the game for him there. 8 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Cougars will line up in the I formation with the eye set just to the right of the quarterback. Snap is going to be handed off on the play to Cook, who starts to push his way forward, breaks several tackles, and does not go down till he gets to the half-yard line. A 9-yard gain for Cook on the rush up the gut, as he has 15 yards on the ground now. And the Cougars again just shy of being able to punch this one into the end zone and give themselves a chance at a 40-point lead. Touchdown will make it 38-0. And a 2-point conversion would be following, most likely from the Cougars. 7 minutes and 21 seconds left to go as the ball snapped, and it's a fullback keeper into the middle of the huddle, and Max Orm will push his way across. And he will push it in for the score. 38-0 now your score on a 1-yard touchdown carry by Max Orm. And now a PAT will be upcoming, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Casey and his staff take time to understand all your health needs at Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. 2-point conversion coming up, as it'll be Park under center as the quarterback, with 3 backs in the backfield behind him. Takes a snap, pitches this one around to the right side, and stepping into the end zone is the back in Victor Burkhardt, as the 2-point conversion is good, and it is now 40-0 in favor of the Firth Cougars. 14 points coming to the Cougars in this 4th quarter in the first 4 minutes and 44 seconds. We'll take a break, come back with a resumption of play here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. They trail 40-0, running clock starting up as the two sides will jog out onto the field for another kickoff, being brought to you by Rainy Day Massage, where they specialize in a mixture of shiatsu, Swedish massage, and trigger point structural integration massage as well. Not only is it one of the most relaxing modalities, but also increases the level of oxygen in your blood. Be sure to call them at 435-703-0195. Kick is going to be a rolling kick that's fielded by Adams at the 30-yard line, working right to left. He's tripped up at the 35, and that is where the Cardinals offense will pick up with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go, as the offense again will look to try and put something into motion and get some sort of points rolling up onto the board, as currently they are just over positive yardage with 4 total yards on the ground to this point, or 4 total yards on offense to this point, and 50 yards in penalties to this point. 5 minutes and 50, clock continues to wind. See what kind of push comes from the Cardinals and what kind of desire to not be shut out. That's got to be the big push for them, is just not wanting to be shut out. You have to have that drive to keep yourselves moving forward. As Morrison will move into the formation, he's going to have a pitch go behind him, and it's going to be picked up by the Cougars in Cardinal territory. And on the defensive skipper, it'll be Dalton Clevenger picking it up. Justin Morrison destroyed on the play as the pitch was over his head. Riley Harris also down, and it's another touchdown. A defensive fumble recovery for the Firth Cougars puts them up 46-0 now. And things absolutely spiraling out of control for the Cardinals, as Clevenger, a defensive-only player for the Cougars, scores a touchdown to build their lead to 46-0. They will once again come out looking to go for the 2-point conversion, as they have all night. Cook will be the quarterback in the shotgun. As he will take the snap, gives this one off to Coleman, who runs his way off to the right, and Remington Chapman, pours his way into the end zone, and it is 48-0 on the 2-point conversion. Once again, we are going to take a break. When we come back, the final chapter of this game will make its way forward on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Too tired, family trip, sick day, starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals with 3 minutes and 46 seconds counting down in the running clock. They look to try and once again find some sort of rhythm as the offense continues to just make its way backwards and fail to move anything into a possible push forward. As definitely after last week, I thought there was plenty of positives that you could take from that game against West Jefferson. In tonight's game, when you manage 4 yards of total offense and have 3 fumbles, it's kind of more difficult to find something to look at and see what you can do. As this kickoff is sent down the middle of the field, Thomas Nielsen falls forward across to the 33-yard line, and that is where, with 3 minutes to go and change, the Cardinals will again make their way out onto the field. 48-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Another kickoff brought to you by Rainy Day Massage in Soda Springs. Call them today at 435-703-0195 to schedule your appointment to begin feeling better today. After some of the hits that have been laid out, I know some of these players, both sides, as it has been a hard-hitting football game, will have to come back and maybe have to take need of those massages throughout the week. 2.5 minutes. Cardinals will break the huddle. Nielsen, Smith, Harris, and Case Griffiths, the wideouts for the Cardinals. Mumford in the pistol with Stewart beside him. They'll come up into their bunch formation, as Mumford will take the snap, Fakes the handoff, a little bit of a broken play, trying to make something from it. Mumford bottled up by 3 different Panthers, and he goes backwards a yard.
Before Bryce Drake meets him and pushes him back.
And with 1 minute and 58 seconds left to go, clock will continue to make its way down. 31 seconds, or 31-yard line in the middle of the field is where the ball is spotted. A second down, and call it 12.
Second and 13 for the Cardinals.
Ball at the 31. Need to get it to the 43. Mumford again in that pistol formation. Twins to each side. Puts Thomas Nielsen into motion to the right side. They'll fake the handoff to him, and now they'll pass it to him, but right there is Vasquez to wrap him up. That's a 6-yard loss on the passing play.
Immediately brought down by number 27, Jake Sampson.
And another mistake cost the Cardinals 6 yards there, making it 3rd down. And actually, they'll only cost him 2 yards. They'll say that he got forward progress to the 28-yard line before being wrapped up and taken down. And with under a minute to play, probably 1 more snap, maybe 2 more snaps for the Cardinals here on 3rd down and 14. Mumford in that pistol, twins to each side. He'll move Harris into the near side, or far side, I should say, towards the formation. Passes the ball that's going to be dropped by Mason Smith in the middle, and now an illegal shift is going to be called on the Cardinals as Riley Harris did not come set before the ball was snapped. And the incomplete pass will most likely count, as I believe most likely the Cougars will decline. And with 25.6 seconds, it'll bring up 4th down and 14 yards to go. 21 seconds remaining and counting. We'll see if the Cardinals try to snap the ball one more time. You would hope that they would, try and at least do something here on 4th down, even with the running clock, as they will not get another play off. And confusion reigning, frustration reigning on the Cardinals, as with 4 seconds, each team will make their way to the sideline, and that wraps it up. A disappointing home opener, to say the least, as they fall 48-0, giving up 22 fourth-quarter points to the Firth Cougars, and that will wrap things up for the home opener. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get your post-game show rolling towards you and bring you the final numbers on this one, as the Cardinals once again fall by a final score 48-0 on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of September 1st through the 7th. Start things off with their boneless beef petite sirloin steaks at $2.99 a pound. Grab yourself 5-pound boxes of 80% lean, 20% fat fresh ground beef patties for $9.95 each, and corn on the cob for $1. If you're looking for something for dessert or for a snack, watermelon is only 29 cents a pound, and fresh whole cantaloupes are 39 cents a pound. Put it all together with fresh bakery 12-ounce varieties of French bread for just 99 cents a loaf. Those are just some of your specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. As the Soda Springs Cardinals fall in their home opener 48-0 to the Firth Cougars. The offense never able to find any sort of rhythm for the Cardinals, as they only end up putting up 1 total yard of offense. They end up putting up 29 total plays on the night, -12 on the ground, 13 total yards through the air. Logan Mumford only able to complete 5 passes on the night, going 5 for 15 on the evening. 2 of those passes went for negative yards and ended up seeing the running game not do much more. Mumford carried the ball several times for positive yardage, but early negative yardage plays ended up costing the Cardinals. He ends up with -6 yards on the ground, and in the passing, or the other rusher was Andrew Stewart, who only carried the ball 3 times for -6 yards, with only 1 positive rush on the night for himself. Passing-wise, Stewart did catch the ball 3 times for 17 yards. Not a bad night for him, but the other carriers, or the other receivers, I should say, ended up being Thomas Nielsen for -2 yards, and Case Griffiths for -2 yards as well in this one. When it comes to the Firth Cougars, though, they used pretty much everybody on the offensive side that they could, as they had 5 different players score touchdowns for them out of their 7 touchdowns that they put up onto the scoreboard. And they were able to really just dominate this one from the 4th quarter on. It was a very close game going into the 4th quarter. It was only 26-0 after 3 quarters of play. The Cardinals defense had done a good job of at least bottling up what is a very potent Cougars attack. And then the 4th quarter, things got away from the Cardinals defense, as they ended up giving up a 1-yard touchdown run by Max Orm. A fumble return by Clevenger as well was able to punch it in, and that really did it on the night for the Cougars of Firth, coming away with another major victory on their season. 3 touchdowns in that 4th quarter for the Cougars. They were led on the ground by Kobe Johnson. He ended up carrying the ball for 86 yards. No touchdowns for him, though. He did have a 2-point conversion. Other than that, it was Remington Chapman who also carried the ball for 71 yards. He had a touchdown on the night, 2 touchdowns, in fact, on the night, as he carried it in for the first time in the game, and also carried it in for the last touchdown in the 3rd quarter that was able to give the Firth Cougars that major lead there, as they were able to put up 12 points in that 3rd quarter, to start that running clock. As far as other rushers for the Cougars, 40 yards went to Victor Burkhart. They also had a 27-yard night from Victor Burkhart through the air. Other rushing stats include 41 yards and a touchdown for Will Park, who had a 27-yard touchdown run. That would be the longest touchdown run of the evening for the Firth Cougars. They end up with over 200 yards on the ground over the night. Also over 100 yards through the air. Did not have time to total those up. We'll see if we can get those after our sports update, and we'll see what other updates we can find from around the area. We'll see if we can get a Gray score for you. We do have a North Gem score for you. They were able to take down Cary for the first time in quite a while, 14-12. The North Gem Cowboys come away with a victory on their home field and their home opener to move to 1-1 on the season. We'll have other updates coming up on the other side of this break as our sports update for the Cardinal Classic coming up tomorrow. The Cardinal cross country team will be taken to the field, or to the track I should say, as they will be opening up their home meet for the only time this year. We'll be talking with junior Jacob Bybee from the Cardinals on the other side. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for the week of September 1st through the 7th. Start things off with their boneless beef petite sirloin steaks at $2.99 a pound. Grab yourself 5-pound boxes of 80% lean, 20% fat, fresh ground beef patties for $9.95 each, and corn on the cob for $1. If you're looking for something for dessert or for a snack, watermelon is only 29 cents a pound, and fresh whole cantaloupes are 39 cents a pound. Put it all together with fresh bakery 12-ounce varieties of French bread for just 99 cents a loaf. Those are just some of your specials this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Back into our sports update on our postgame show as we continue to move along in our postgame show as the final score of tonight's game, 48-0, Firth destroying the Cardinals on their home opener as they will look to try and bounce back next week against Ryrie on the road. Next up for the Cardinals, though, it's going to be cross-country taking to their course out at Kelly Park tomorrow morning, 9:30, the start of the running out there. We're going to be out there as well giving you some updates on how the Cardinals are doing, and we hope you tune in for that. But right now it's time for you to give an update on how the Cardinals team is shaping up. Jacob Bybee, one of the juniors looking to try and make the varsity team this year, joins us on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with a member of the Soda Springs boys cross country team and Jacob Bybee. And Jacob, practices now have been going on for about 3 weeks at this point in time. You guys got your first meet under your belts, and a somewhat meet. The Madison Splash and Dash not necessarily like what you're going to see the rest of the year. What have been your thoughts on the way that you've been able to run so far and the team's been able to run so far?
I think the team's doing really good. I think I have a lot of room to improve, though.
When you're on a boys team like this that's so young, has a lot of holes to fill on it, is there any extra competition for those open spots, especially between the upperclassmen like yourself?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What are some of the things that those open holes drive you to do?
To fill them.
When you think about practices and working out with the team, is there any extra camaraderie that comes from that too, with pushing each other harder to work each other out?
Camaraderie, yeah. There is competitiveness and camaraderie.
You talked about some things that you really need to work on, or the fact that you feel like you need to work on some more stuff. What are some of the pieces of it, the individual aspects of running, that you're really focusing on?
I guess just getting faster.
Are there any certain form aspects or certain pieces of each of the races that you've been working on to try and improve your speed in?
Well, like today we're practicing going faster when you get tired. That's really tough for me.
When you think about the Madison Dash and Splash, what was that like to open things up, not necessarily with a full 5K, but get things under your belt with something that was a little bit more loose, a little bit more relaxed?
That was good for me. I don't know, other people might have had trouble with it being shorter, but I thought it worked well.
Is that something that you feel is a good opening and introductory to the cross-country season and get you excited about the longer races?
Coach Horsley kind of says that he likes the tougher meets first, but I think this works too.
When you think about how the team did, what are some things that the team as a group can improve on when it comes to running together and being more of a solid front in these meets?
Maybe kind of like the slower guys catching up to the faster guys, and then the faster guys improving still.
How much encouragement was there as well? I mean, there's a lot of different age groups that ran up at the Madison Dash and Splash. Was there encouragement at the finish for each of the kids coming across, and how much was the girls and the boys encouraging each other?
Encouragement helps a lot, and there was a lot of it there, and so that really helps me.
You guys are now preparing for the home meet, the Cardinal Classic coming up this weekend. That's something that it's not necessarily easy to have your home meet this early in the year, because some people like to have that later on in the season when they're more in condition and more in shape. Are you excited for it being this early, the fact that you get to go out and prove yourselves in front of the home people?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. A lot of big schools come to it, and it's a good thing to show off our skills so early.
Also, when you think about being able to run at home, is there a comfort that comes in running on your own track, knowing what to expect?
Yeah, that can be a little danger too, because then you can know when to get scared and when to push yourself, and then it might mix you up too.
What are some of the expectations for yourself this week? Are there any goals that you've set for yourself, for not just this week, but also for things as they continue on through the season?
Yeah, well, finish the race is always an important one. I'd like to improve on my times, and of course this race would be our first 5K of the season, so I'd like to start with a good race and then improve from there.
Well, Jacob, I'm sure that'll be the case, and hopefully we'll be talking about you and the rest of the team doing some very good things. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
That was junior Jacob Bybee from the Soda Springs Cardinals cross-country team. Again, they will be out over at the course at Kelly Park coming up later on this weekend, as that'll be tomorrow morning through the afternoon. Varsity running will start at 11:20 with the girls and 12 o'clock with the boys taken to the course. Well, that'll wrap it up for us. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we'll give you a final recap and a look ahead of what our schedule is going to be next week, as we have some big games coming up. Volleyball will be back in action, as well as more football on the Bear, and we'll hopefully have a score update from Grace as well. We're trying to track that down for you as we speak, as the Grace Grizzlies were taking on Oakley earlier on this evening at the same time as this game. We'll hopefully have a final score from there when we return on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, We offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Welcome back out to Soda Springs High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Cardinals falling in this one by a final score of 48-0. We've been trying to track down a score from Grace. Still nothing available there. We do, however, have a final score from North Gem. Again, they take down the Cary Panthers by a final score of 14-12. A big win and a good win for the for the North Gem Cowboys to give them a 1-1 record on the season to this point in time, as they will be in action next week once again, as will Grace. Grace taking on Oakley tonight. Again, no final score from them here, 48-0. Tomorrow we talked about the cross-country runners going over to Kelly Park as they're going to be hosting the Cardinal Classic. As far as next week, we're going to be on air on Wednesday when we watch as the Grace Grizzlies host the Soda Springs Cardinals. That match will begin at 7 o'clock with the varsity. We should be on air at about 6:40. Then Soda Springs comes back home. They'll be taking on the Marsh Valley Eagles. That'll be a 7 o'clock start to that match as well, at the 6:40 pregame once again, as the Cardinals volleyball team looks to improve on a 1-0 record after a little bit of a struggle that they showed at the Icebreaker tournament at South Fremont. But they've had a week and a half to improve what they can do. And as far as football, we'll be back on air on Friday night when we head to Ryrie to watch the Cardinals take on the Bulldogs. Hopefully, we will see a strong performance from the Bulldogs there, or from the Cardinals there, as they look to try and come away with a win. And we do have a score update out from Grace. Big thanks to Kyle Christensen. 36-14. Unfortunately, the Grace Grizzlies falling to Oakley, but when you can hold the defending state champions within sight, that's always a good sign going into the rest of your district play. 36-14 the final in Grace, 14-12 the final in North Gem, and 48-0 the final here at Soda Springs. That wraps things up for us. Thanks for tuning in to the Cardinal postgame show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Once again, the final score 48-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Join us next Wednesday when we will be watching the Cardinals on the volleyball court, as I said, at 11 o'clock and at 6:40 with the pregame show. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook, and thanks to everyone who is listening in, as well as our sales team of Julie Burley and Kim Miller. We also want to thank our office manager, who is also Kim Miller, and our general photographer, Warren Cook, who is at many events throughout southeastern Idaho. Thank you to our fine sponsors once again, as well as to you for tuning in. And until next time, let's go Cardinals, let's go Caribou County.
Thank you for tuning in to this live broadcast of Caribou County football on KBRV 800 The Bear. This broadcast has been brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunziker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by mylocalradio.com.
For more local coverage, be sure to listen in to KBRV every day for updates, interviews, and more live coverage of local athletics. And don't forget to visit mylocalradio.com for archived versions of this game and other games as the season continues to roll along. Until the next time the boys of the county look to tame their own fields, goodbye and good night from KBRV 800 The Bear and mylocalradio.com.